Fucking rat. I don't know what's wrong with her.
Have you tried a vet?
Well, look, I can't. Because my parents won't let me, and they won't go. Well, I actually do know what's wrong with her. Some dog's been harassing her, and she's barking at him to stop. I think. It's been going on like this all week.
And weekend, Burning Man, Renaissance Fair, which I will be going to tomorrow. I have something really special for you guys today. And they are haunting. They're super creepy, super loud, and we have a couple of different ones just to try out for you today.
The breathing room. You have done well, champion.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Let's do something in general.
And I'll go again in half an hour when my pizza's ready. And then I'll try to DM while eating a pizza, which is always a feat.
Oh, that part you just do. So, what do you guys do? Let me roll some dice.
I'm pretty sure you mute his mic.
I mean, yeah, push to talk. Push to
That,
talk is the best thing.
I mean, that wasn't... You guys focus on the weirdest things.
I mean, I was just confirming what she was saying. She focused on it.
What are you talking about? I swear to
I was
God.
inferring him eating the pizza between the bullshit.
Oh,
DMs normally do.
okay.
70% bullshit, 30% eating pizza.
That's okay.
Then there's the part where he coughs up a lung because he's like, oh shit, they're doing that. I didn't plan for that.
That's every session, man.
Like, Samman was adding on like 5 maps per week for in case we went certain directions. And then we kept going different directions, and then he was up to 25 maps at one point.
Yeah. You told
I
me
mean,
about that.
I've got 3 maps prepared. One of them links into the other, so ideally I've got like 2 maps prepared.
Well, I've
I
had
can't
a vision
imagine...
from Bread. It is time to raise the city as arisen. So we can have all the friends.
Yeah, and you can only do it if they're willing.
We found a way. Death finds a way. Jeff Goldblum always said.
No, he said life finds a way.
I'm pretty sure it was death.
Life finds a way.
Well, we can have this discussion. Okay.
I mean, I watched Jurassic Park.
He's joking.
Oh.
He's clearly joking.
Oh. Okay.
Oh yeah, what I was gonna say. Regarding
The great Paku has
wait, the
decided
ShamWow
that
guy.
she
Oh,
has
never mind.
outgrown her time with
I didn't see College Humor. I was like, wow, the ShamWow guy went to jail? No, he's dead.
Wait, really?
What? Is
He's
he dead?
Billy Mays.
No!
No, not Billy Mays.
That's
You
not
take
Billy
that
Mays.
back. Either that
Billy
was
Mays
a
was
what?
the OxyClean
I
guy.
mean, that was either an excellent troll or a huge diss.
No, you all don't know? Like, the guy who tried to, like, basically take over the throne, and was the guy who was, like, shelling ShamWows, he, like, beat the shit out of a hooker, and so he went to jail.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Did-
ShamWow was
Wow,
pretty good
this.
at cleaning up blood.
Oh. Oh, I don't know. I found
He
that
wasn't
so
actually
funny.
trying to be that great of a salesman. He just was something he was doing and it blew up. A true viral sensation. Billy Mays, though, he was a tryhard through and through. Have you, do you watch Epic Rap Battles, Blake?
I'm sorry, I was busy watching the ShamWow thing. What's up?
Do you watch Epic Rap Battles at all?
Do I watch what at all?
Epic Rap Battles.
Oh, I watched a couple of them.
Have you seen
But not
the
all.
Billy Mays versus Ben Franklin?
No, I haven't seen that one. Why Ben Franklin?
Back then it was more random, and it was whoever the people wanted. Actually, really good though. Hang on. I'll post it to you.
Like some of them are pretty good, but I think like 1/3 of them are like worth watching. I don't know.
I'd say 2/3. There's a fair amount of bad ones for sure.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
salesman.
Holy shit.
Here with a special TV offer. Watch me crush this bald, fat, fop,
Oh.
nodding father. I'll take my awesome auger and sow your Quaker roots. I'll shoot your rhymes down like a regiment of red coats.
Not one of the better ones.
Oh, that's good.
Just a lumpy pumpkin who invented the mail.
Get that you can watch it that fast.
But you're in for a shock when I strike you with bolts from my lightning rod cock.
Stop! I protest these intolerable raps. It takes just one easy payment for me to whoop your ass. Cause I'm mint, I'm money, I'm an educated gentleman. So join or die, Bill, cause it's all about the Benjamin.
But wait, there's more.
They just kill Billy Mays in the middle of this of the rap battle.
Yes, sir. Anyone out
Well, it's not they killed him. He just died.
Anyone. Anyone.
I can. You follow me, camera guy? Cause it's about to get serious. You're gonna love my nuts until you're bifocal curious. Your boy George chopped down trees. You couldn't break a piece of balsa. Slash up your face, make a double chin salsa. Your style's so broke, they call you poor Richard. It's bad enough I gotta see you every time I tip a stripper.
But anyway.
Well, that line makes a whole lot more sense now that I know the context.
What line?
It's bad enough I have to see your face every time I tip a stripper.
And Silas is here.
Ah, shit.
What are you talking about?
Zach just posted in the DM chat.
Like,
All my meme photos were out of order. So triggered. You have to re-download them.
Oh my god. You know what I've been doing? I've been watching recently? PewDiePie's Minecraft series.
And
And
what about it?
I really enjoy it.
Okay.
And, you know, made me go back to playing Minecraft again and realize that my buildings look really shit. And it should, you know, make my buildings look better.
I don't know what to watch on YouTube anymore.
I always watch speedruns. So a lot of this is like a good 5-hour one of 100% Majora's Mask.
Yeah, but a lot of the time it's kind of just like silently a guy playing a video game in the background. Like GD, like SGDQ has narration. Yeah, it has narration.
Really
but like
depends on the tuber
most
as
of the
well.
ones,
But the thing
yeah,
is, it's by Mudge and Phil, and this speedrun is actually really funny to watch. Like, there's, even though that guy's narrating, but there's like a very announcer slash runner relationship going on right there, because Mudge and Phil knew the announcer, the person reading out donations, who's Patty, and they knew each other, and mostly it's just Patty just teasing Mudge and Phil, and Mudge and Phil's doing the same thing, throwing jokes at each other. It's really funny.
I was trying to find a good YouTuber to watch playthroughs or watch let's plays like scary games, but like most scary games are shit.
You should look at old PewDiePie videos.
I was watching a bunch of John Wolfe because he's a predominantly like creepy game runner. I haven't watched him play through Soma.
Speedrunner. Oh, speedrunner.
Oh, not a speedrunner. Sorry, I just now you're making me think it. He plays scary games, but I was watching him play through Soma because Soma's an awesome game, and I want to see more people's reaction to it.
There's this girl I was watching play through Chrono Trigger for the first time ever, and at some parts I was like that because it's just awesome to like hear her reactions to it. But then there were certain parts I was banging my head against a wall. You're attacking the wrong creature. It's trying to teach you a mechanic. For fuck's sake.
I've been obviously spending a lot of time with Final Fantasy XIV, and I've been watching a lot of streamers going through Final Fantasy. There's been a bunch of stuff in Shadowbringers. I know you guys don't play it, but this expansion had some fucked up shit. Essentially, there's a scene where someone transforms into an angel, and it's not a good thing.
Speaking of angels,
Apparently, Bahamut's turned into quite the bad guy, from what I hear.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
speaking of
I'm
angels
catching
in
up.
Final Fantasy,
Is it true they made what's her name's breast smaller in the 7 remake? I heard stories about that.
to Tifa?
Yeah, the best meme I've seen about it is Square Enix completely reimagines and redesigns classic game with like 3 discs of content in Blu-ray HD graphic, modern day thing. Completely reimagines battle system and greatly expands upon lore and characters. Fans, why are Tifa's boobs smaller?
Yeah, I'd never played 7 all the way through, so I was actually looking for it. Well, was thinking about looking forward to the game if it ever got a PC release, because I am not buying a PlayStation for that game.
I mean,
Wait,
yeah,
it's not
Tifa's
gonna have a
boobs.
PC?
It's hard to say if Tifa's boobs are smaller or if they're just
Look,
being
they're smaller.
rendered properly.
Maybe that's it.
Because if they maintained the same proportions from the PlayStation version, then that would be like fucking trash tier anime proportions.
We're down from 6 polygons. We're up from 6 polygons to 290,000.
There you are. Where's Pi?
It's a good question.
What the holy shit? You realize part of the background is a raid boss.
If you're speaking, Shannon, we can't hear you. Fucking dog.
But yeah, watching people's reactions to Final Fantasy XIV stuff has been great. They released a new bunch of raid stuff, and one of the bosses from the new set of raids is Eden from Final Fantasy VIII. And like the middle of the fight, it just like stops the fight to do the entire summon animation from Final Fantasy VIII with updated graphics against the party. And watching people react to that has been amazing because it's just, oh my god, it's Final Fantasy VIII. I don't even care if it kills me. This is amazing.
Hey,
See, that would be me with 4 or 6.
Can you hear
hey,
me?
Blake. Yeah.
Yes.
Doesn't like Final Fantasy 14 have some sort of subscription service?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I'm not playing it.
I mean, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying that's what I'm doing.
The
I
best
know,
things in
but-
world aren't.
I know, but Warframe's free.
Yeah,
the best
but
things in the world aren't free.
that
Hey,
doesn't have Eden as
Warframe's
a
pretty
boss.
Warframe would be amazing if it went somewhere.
Yeah,
Dead
right?
Zone stuff. What are you talking about?
I played that game for like 30 hours, and it was just doing the exact same 4 versions of Quest over and over and over.
I mean, would you say the same thing about WoW?
I mean,
Or you just
Actually, a
do
story-
pick up quests and shit.
yeah, but like, there's a story there, and Warframe didn't have one. It was just,
Didn't. It
Go
has
find
one
the-
now.
it was like, go find the 3 terminals to get some information. One information doesn't matter. Get back to the next one.
And I swear I saw the main bad guy in like an episode of Stargate.
So,
Unfortunately-
I have a friend that actually has a really good argument for the Final Fantasy 14 subscription base. And he's a pro gamer and develops like that. That's his job, and it's pretty solid. So like the short of it is the issue with like Warframe versus Final Fantasy 14. Whereas you have a single time payment for the game for like Warframe or a game like that, and then you have updating payments or monthly payment subscription for Final Fantasy 14. The basics of it are if you pay less for a game monthly, those content creators continually have
A budget.
a budget to basically create good content and consistently good because they have more and more money to make it better. Whereas a single payment game like Warframe or
Warframe's
any
free.
that's even worse. So they don't have cash incentive or like a large budget or expanding budget, more importantly, to bring longevity to the game.
The problem with the way they do Warframe is they make it to where you don't have to pay money in it, but it's so much easier if you do.
I'll put it this way. Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers is currently the #1 rated game on Metacritic.
Yeah, but they
No.
also said they have a terrible track record with movies.
You know, I've played Warframe for more than like 1,000 hours, right?
Said
I know how to. I've played the game for a couple of years, and yeah, it's you can pay platinum, which is the in-game currency in Warframe, but you don't have to. It's not a pay-to-win game. And when it
No,
makes
you
that
just grind your ass off for days and days and days. I mean, this is not my thing.
Yeah, but you do the same thing in WoW.
No, it's completely different.
I mean, I realize that MMOs are MMOs and they're always going to have things in common. It's just that, particularly with Warframe, it didn't feel like I was getting anywhere, and other MMOs have a better way of making you feel like, well, at least I'm getting like loot.
Well,
I don't know.
It's
The
not an
thing is-
apples to apples comparison either. Even close.
Anyway, I've got 10 minutes before I have to get my pizza out of the oven. I don't know if Pieball is showing up.
He said if he'd be on his phone, so somebody may have to Jaeger him.
Well, for now, he's going to show up and be like, all right, I guess I'll help you guys not die. that'll
By
be his
not killing
character.
people.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I had a hell of a week. What went on? I don't recall where we left off.
Yeah, about the same.
Well, that's what the recap is for. It was actually pretty short. What? You're the goddamn admin of the site.
Well, what we did was that. Well, Victoria fucking talked.
I think he means he's in a bad spot. He can't get into the voice.
Oh, whatever. Yes. So what happened last time? We picked up right on you guys trying to salvage a very bad situation. Failing a little bit. Essentially fended off the assassins. Got in trouble with the guard as a result. Were taken in for some mild questioning, where Tintoria realized that short story. There are quite a few factions that are trying to keep an eye on you guys in the larger situation, and that Karamaga had absolutely zero interest in keeping such a volatile party in the city. But armed with this information, Tintoria pressured the politician, whose name I had in front of me, but not anymore.
Some other guy.
Pressured him into essentially doing whatever you needed to get done, in this case, investigating the spire. And getting out of the city post-haste. Lucis has taken the Shard of Pride and seemingly kind of up and left with it. So that's kind of a lost cause, at least for the time being. With that, you guys also realize that no word has officially been heard from the Thoracic Spire for quite a while. I think like 2 weeks or so. Just before Bryn snuck in, or just after Bryn snuck in, essentially, all contact was lost with the Thoracic Spire. You guys have talked with someone at the door, so it's not completely abandoned, but none of you guys brought that up. I'm just reminding you that that's a thing.
Savas was very alarmed when he heard that.
So whatever the situation is, yes, the Thoracic Spire is under lockdown. The city itself has no official stake in it, so they're not pressing for issue, or they're not pressing the issue. And yes, Assyrian doesn't want to make a scene, and Karamaga doesn't want the army of Assyrian marching into the middle of fucking Varesia to make a scene.
Grand, laddie. Now you know what you have to do. Burn the house
Feel free
down.
to use that information
Burn
however you'd like.
all.
If you want to go ahead and get music started.
That is what I'm working on.
Cool. But yes, that is where we left off. You guys are free to go. You're not in trouble, essentially. Oh, you're not in trouble on the small scale for your actions, but eek.
And one of us negotiated for passage back into the city after this was all over.
That's true. Basically, he was just saying whatever you guys wanted to hear in order to get you out of his hair.
And I recalled that I got it on paper.
You did.
Very good.
You have on paper, I believe I called it a super version of the get out of jail free card.
Yep.
City approval. Because I'm a glutton for punishment.
But not a super
Big
duper.
boy. So that raises the question: have we already left that station?
I don't know. Did you?
Asking
I
the
think
others.
so.
Yeah, we did leave.
Savas tagging along right.
Well, no worries. Because I remember a thing that happened last time, but I'm not going to spoil it or metagame it.
I look up.
You look up.
Yes.
You're in a walled city.
Okay. Good.
Keep in mind. Hang on. Where
Anytime anybody ever tells me I'm forgetting something, I always look up.
You do.
Last time I did,
You do still
Goblin
have.
stabbed me in the face.
You do still have a. You do still have a friendly Vrock named Horace that's accompanying you.
Yes.
All right. Hi, Fireball. I'm gonna go check my pizza super quick, and then I'll come back. So make your plans. If it's just gonna go straight to the spire and kick down the front door, that might work. Who knows?
So what's the plan, everyone?
get in?
It
Getting
is.
in isn't bad.
Hmm?
Getting in isn't bad.
I remember there was some plan a couple of days ago to get in, but I think that relied on knowing people on the inside to let us. Or part of us in, anyways.
But if we have a. Guess we have like a free pass to get in.
I don't think they're gonna
No,
answer the
they're
door.
private citizens.
Right. So
I would be
might have to
surprised if
sneak
they let
in.
us in at this point.
So we might have to sneak in.
Did you have an idea, Captain Jack?
Nope. No, I do not. My idea is not worked out so far, so,
Well,
let's see what everyone else has.
let's try knocking and then looking to Vulcan knocking.
For the record, Captain Jack, I did like your idea. It was a good one before everything fell to shit.
Thanks, bud.
I will help you with another plan in the future if you would ever like. I will always open doors for you if you let me knock first.
Thanks.
With that being said, we still do need to handle the issue of actually getting in. Cyvass is not wrong. Perhaps we should just try knocking first.
Sure. Sounds good.
There is also the option of going into the sewer still.
Yep.
Anyone
Come
else
on.
is free to chime in at any time.
Yeah. Other people, come on, speak up.
I'm deep in thought.
Stop being deep in thought.
I'm really worried that nobody's heard from the people on the inside for 2 weeks and they didn't think this strange. And we knowing what's in there, that's even more dangerous, especially with looking to Jack Draxus, her brother, also looking for these items.
I doubt he would have gotten it 2 weeks ago.
I
Still
also
be
thought
here.
you were actually looking for the shards.
If he wasn't then, he might be now. That he's aware of.
I
He
think
also
he's
was
always
not
been-
here before us.
Lucius had a job, and his job was to look after us, making sure,
Could have been more than one job. I'm just saying his presence here makes me want to hasten getting inside.
Do you think we can try to find the shard this time? Like, do the whole little spooky thing you do with the shards to find the next shard?
Sure.
You've been doing that. At this point, like I said, the closer you get to the location, the harder it is to pinpoint.
Right.
So you're not going to have too much luck aside from the general location of the city.
Gotcha. It's definitely like some schmucks like street stall. Gray,
Gray, do you have anything to add?
Ray can only listen at the moment. He might be able to say.
Fuck you.
Well, you can type. Oh,
Wait
he
a
said that the
just
whole
read it.
building could be compromised by the shard itself, and maybe someone tried to move it after being tipped.
Oh dear. If our supposition is right, and this is the ruinous Shard of Sloth, best let me do the talking.
I mean, of all the
Term.
shards to fall into someone's, grasp, that's probably the least bad one.
I mean,
as it stands right now, technically speaking. But I guess Vulcan will bring up, not that he really knows this right now.
It is possible that the Shard of Sloth is still carrying the influence of the original Sloth. That is something we need to be aware of.
maybe there's undead in there.
That is exactly what I just said.
Oh, I'm
So that is what I said.
sorry, I've been.
Blank, what time of the day is it right now?
You guys haven't slept. It's probably getting pretty late in the day. Like, maybe 6 p.m.? You guys haven't slept since you got into that whole altercation with the assassins.
Shot asked a question here. It's like, can we find out if any of the guards were undead? How would we?
You're asking this or asking blank this?
That's up to Pieball. I don't know.
Any of what guards?
Oh, he's asking.
As in, like, city guards?
Or the guards that were inside.
Again, the city itself doesn't dispatch any guards to guard the Thoracic Spire. The Thoracic Spire is an independent organization. If there is security, then it's handled in-house. So the city has no idea who guards the building.
The longer we wait to determine what's going on, the worse off we'll be. My suggestion is that we rest and regather our strength and attack in the morning. However, I am not the only one here. Anybody else is free to speak up at any time.
I would also like some rest.
I will rest where I can see this place.
Can we see this place from where we are?
Can you see what?
The Thoracic Spire from where we are.
Oh yeah, it's easily the tallest building in Karamaga.
Right. So I know I can see the top of it. Now, would we have to get a different hotel if we want to be able to like see the front door?
Entrance,
kind of
yeah.
thing?
The entrance is going to be much trickier. The city is built very densely. Think Victorian London type deal.
Gotcha.
That being said, if you wanted to get a hotel or an inn, I guess I should say, close to the location, you'd want to go to the south part of the city.
Okay. I mean, I'm willing to start looking around and seeing if we could find anything. I just want something that has a view of the front door.
Cool. So let's go ahead and we'll continue using Cybus as the party thing, because why not? Old Cybus. Right. So heading down to the south part of the city, probably through the most expedient route. I've said before that this place is very densely packed. You still get that sense that things are kind of strictly regimented according to their role in the city. As you get closer to the south, you see that this entire area is more the utilitarian kind of. The area above is kind of like the more affluent Capitol buildings, I guess you could say. This area is more the associations, the guilds, the leather crafting. It's the higher to do shops and districts. And rising above it all is about 600 feet of pure black onyx. Pretty standard in design. Think the Tower of Othrank or whatever you pronounce it from Lord of the Rings. Just big black onyx spire.
Gotcha. Pieball's gonna roll perception to see if he's being followed or we are being
If
followed.
we are being followed.
Did Pieball ask that?
Sure. Everyone can roll.
Did what?
He asked on the situation.
Wow, not one. I'm not even saying shit. I'm too deep in thought. Just thinking really hard here.
Thinking so hard.
Holy shit. Okay, that puts me to shame. Holy shit.
Swingaroo!
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, take your time. I'm
The record.
my balls off.
I net
Why?
23
You have
times in a
AC?
row earlier today
Did you really?
on the same bloody like survival check. We were tracking people, and it was just like, well, yeah, Jesus.
In your
Tracks,
IRL game?
Nothing. No, I joined another game today online.
Oh, nice.
It
What's
was supposed to be a one-off, but then they liked it so much they are looking to run it multiple days now.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's a homebrew setting.
Oh.
Yep.
What's the premise? Just a regular standard adventure?
No. Basically stuck in a haunted forest.
Fun.
Yep.
I just threw my players on a haunted continent, and really it's just Australia.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
That sounds about right.
Not that it has anything to do with anything, but Ash, just to let you know, Salmon asked for my character's backstory, and I sent
know.
him. I sent him Well, no, people don't. I sent him Archimedes' thesis statement, and then I sent him another thing that was the Archmage head of the college's response to his thesis statement in red marker. It was amazing. I love it.
it was probably my.
Really happy about it.
I was really.
But anyway, with your natural 20, you you're not the straight and narrowest character in the party. If you're getting tailed, Jack's probably the one most able to recognize and point it out. Well, at least since Aiden died. But
No, I still think I had Aiden beat.
So with Vulcan just kind of, being, you're a robot, man. You have one goal and you're going to go with that goal. 10 is way too affluent to know what's going on, basically. Jax is busy just staring into the middle distance. Jack, you're reliable right now. You don't see anyone trailing you, and you're pretty certain that after the recent tussle with the assassins, that you're on pins and needles. You're on high alert, and you're diligently keeping track of every single face that you've been passing this whole time. So, yeah, it doesn't seem like anyone's following you right now.
I mean, that's not something we just stop and be like, hey, are we being followed? So I'm not going to, say that out loud.
Yeah, I assume you do this just throughout your trip to the south part of the city, essentially. I mean, it's just kind of like a constant thing of you get attacked by some assassins. Of course, you're going to be fucking jumpy for the rest of the day. But yeah, it seems like your little fight either drove them off or at least made them wary enough they're not going to openly stalk you.
Right.
But anyway, heading down to this area, you get to kind of a low quality housing district that kind of is close enough to the more integral parts of the city that you get the idea. It's the low income housing you need to run all the Walmarts of the world, essentially. Because to the left and right of this area are the more industrial applications, the low collar jobs. But you have plenty of options, essentially. There is an inn it's not close enough. It gives you a solid look at the front door of the place. Speaking of which, there is a front door, but it doesn't seem to have a knob. It's kind of just like it's a weirdly framed doorway which doesn't seem to open, if that makes any sense. There are no hinges that you can tell.
Yeah, that's fine. Out of curiosity, is it I know you described this city very akin to London, and now having been to London, I know that the streets are all fucky and wonky and shit is just packed together wherever they could build it. But this building in particular, it's even older than the city that's sitting here. Were things built up very close around it, or was it given some distance?
A little bit of distance, but not nearly as much as you might hope.
Okay. No, you don't know what I hope for. Can you ping it on the map?
It's this one, 33.
33. I can work with that.
Okay.
It's triangular shaped, octagon shaped.
We'll say for the purposes of the story that it's octagon shaped, because I'm not sure what it is on the map, but
it looks kind of trapezoidish with the circle in it.
We'll say octagon. I promise it's not important in the storyline.
It just matters in case I want to knock it down. Anyway,
Wait,
so we can definitely, just based on where it is, we could definitely get a building that lets us, or sleep in a building that lets us see the front door.
Yeah, there's all these buildings that are essentially kind of. There's got to be at least a couple of inns and taverns and the like in this general area.
Cool. I'll start setting everybody up, unless anybody doesn't want to. But Vulcan doesn't sleep in a tavern, so he's going to start getting everybody set up to do their shit.
Okay. Without too much issue, you can find a place. Like I said, it doesn't have a view of the front door, but you're as close as you can get to the place. There's like a solid building in your way, essentially between you and them. We'll say for the purpose of this that you end up in this building. I'll make him small.
You know what's funny? I was just about to put that song on.
It was a little bit more.
Creepy fuck you are.
Yeah, I'm good for that.
All right. So as I get everybody set up, oh sorry.
I need to answer from blank before we continue. Well, I'm gonna attempt it anyway. So yeah, Sivas would come to Vulcan and say, I'm gonna spend a few hours looking for some Arisen that might be able to aid us, and I will be back.
Are you sure you want to go alone?
Well, they might have a clue of who I was during that fight. I don't think anybody called out my name. I will probably be the least likely to be attacked.
Take Tentorio with you at the very least.
Actually, that brings up an interesting point about the Arisen. Particularly, I shouldn't say particularly. The same thing that gives you your friend sight, your friend sense, that allows you to detect undead. It kind of works as a kind of like, oh hey, it's Sivas. Regardless of the form you take, other members of the Arisen will be able to tell who you are essentially just because they can friend sense you.
Right.
Basically, if you change your profile picture, your gamer tag stays the same.
Yeah, but only to other undead.
I could just wave my hand in front of my chest, and the Rune Lord of Soth mark would appear.
I mean, yeah, but everyone has one of those essentially. You're not the only one.
I don't know. It's like it's a hello. This is my friend card.
The fact that you're a walking skeleton means that, yeah, anyway.
I'm no longer a walking skeleton.
That's true.
He has grown past his mortal form.
But yeah, there are plenty of Arisen in the city, and more than a few of them are actually guards themselves. If you want to track down a few members of the city guard and be like, hey, just heads up, might be some unfriendly Arisen running out of that building soon.
Yeah, well, like, it's not confirmed, but we're gonna check it out. Get permission. Do we get copies of the writ?
Yeah, let me just take it to the public library.
I think at that point they'd be officially labeled as forgeries, but you could forge some.
I mean, they achieve the same purpose, and they're like, yeah, we did tell those guys they could do that.
And for the record, lore-wise, just to make sure you remembered, generally speaking, all members of the Arisen find non-sentient undead kind of abhorrent.
Oh yeah, no. Like, I don't know if you caught what I said to Piebald. As I said, I can detect friends or heretics up to 60 feet away.
I mean, alright, you want to call them heretics, but they're not sentient. Can you call them heretics if they have no knowledge of existence? I mean, liches are heretics because they're well in control of their
Devils did know who Jesus was. That makes sense.
Anyway, but yeah, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check. If you're trying to talk some guards into keeping a better eye on the spire for a time being.
Well,
we'll say with advantage because you have the writ.
I would tell the guards to just you might want to be stationed near here, and then talk to. I was going to aim for more civilians because they could move a lot freely.
Tentori is going to go early in case he gets ambushed.
Okay, so you'd rather inform civilians then?
Well, yeah. I wouldn't object to informing guards. I would just focus on civilians.
Okay. Either way, go ahead and roll me persuasion with advantage.
Yeah, it says straight 0, so we'll just do. I would not object to Tentorio going with me. Oof. That was.
I mean, 7 isn't a train wreck.
Hang on. I can do slightly better. Hey.
So 8 isn't a train wreck. You're not like running wild-eyed, Doc Brown style into a building and being like, there are zombies coming out of the spire. You're fine. You get you're coming across a little bit like the skeleton who cried wolf. I know you're not a skeleton, but these are the terms that you signed up for. So a lot of people are kind of like, well, you get a lot of questions. I guess I should ask, how forthcoming are you with information about why you suspect there's going to be zombies coming out of the spire?
Rumors of a heretic artifact and no word for 2 weeks.
Okay, that's enough information that a couple people, you get the general sense that like they're alert, but they're not like gonna run out and like grab swords and do anything. Just yeah, you're. Oh shit!
Better
What
than
was I gonna
nothing.
say? This is that situation where that one guy, Legasov, what was his name in Chernobyl?
Oh, Legasov.
Legasov. You're kind of Legasov going like, hey, maybe you shouldn't stay near this place, and they're like, yeah, sure, okay.
That's why I need
And
Sherbina.
yeah.
Do they have a crew chef or a Stalin hanging in the city that I'm unaware? I would be a lot more
No.
concerned.
Gorbachev was supposed to be in charge.
That was Gorbachev then.
Nom nom the pizza.
Splitting hairs here, but anyway.
But yeah. Was anyone else going to do anything?
I tried.
Was Satori going to do anything?
Centauri's just making sure that he's not getting abducted. Maybe we should play around with the shadows a little bit, because it's starting to get quiet.
Oh, actually, if it's just me and her, I might actually have a question. Let me look at.
Okay, I can answer.
This is a throwback. Been kind of waiting for her to come back, but since you're kind of her now, so.
I am she. We are one.
I don't think she's ever coming back.
Maybe we're not. But she's got a new job, new responsibilities, all that kind of stuff.
I gotta skip by all the Tobias and her discussions.
2019. I have a vagina now. Just what's your question?
Good God.
But I have such a cool idea for a backstory, and it's not gonna happen now.
Well, it's
Well, I'm looking
now.
for the conversation we last had, because I've been meaning to come back to it. Can somebody else talk?
Yeah, I was actually going to pull Captain Jack aside if he was.
You were, or Tentorio was?
Me, the Vulcan.
Yeah, what up?
Did you recover anything from items remains?
Well, I've got a bag with his ashes. Technically, I have his +1 plate if you want it. It's material.
Sure.
So it's a +1 what? Breastplate or plate armor?
+1 breastplate.
Okay.
I can hand you thieves' tools. I gave the +1 greatsword to Sivas. A disguise kit, an explorer's pack. Did you want a fancy lockbox? Because here's a fancy lockbox.
Okay, I'll take the fancy lockbox.
Is that the sword you already gave, Sebas?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I already marked that.
Alright, the +1 greatsword. Hold on, I'm marking these things down. Did you want the thieves' tools?
No.
For the record, Salmon, that was the great sword that you guys found Sivas impaled with.
Yes, I did not take the greatsword. You have it.
Yeah, no. It's for sentimental reasons only. If you want to use it, feel free.
Nope.
And I found the conversation, so I'm ready whenever.
Okay, I'm going to finish up with him first.
You did want the +1 breastplate?
Yeah, I'll take the breast one. Wow.
Breast one.
+1 breastplate and the fancy lockbox.
Alright, did you want the disguise kit?
I don't think I'm going to see a lot of use out of it.
Fair. I was about the explorers.
I'll always never say no to a pack.
That's fair. I will mark that down as given to you as well.
Dude, what is in the fancy lockbox?
It's empty.
It's just a fancy lockbox.
Yep. It was originally found with 20 gold worth of gems in it.
Gotcha. Alright, and that's all you have from him?
That's all I'm willing to come forth with.
Sure,
Although
sure. Yeah, no, that's fine.
I do raise the question to you, Blank. Did the blueprints that he had burn up in the fire?
I think he already answered that. I think he said yes.
Well, I think we established that some of his stuff was fire retardant as well.
Oh.
Yeah, but he was on fire for a good long time, so
Just wanted to make sure.
if it was
because-
if he was like, oh no, I'm on fire, stop, drop, and roll, then sure, they'd probably be fine. But he was cooking.
Yeah. All right. So no blueprints. Those are mixed in with his ashes. You know.
Are you using his ashes?
Nope. Just, figured give him proper burial.
I was thinking the same. I'm not very good with this death thing. I don't do it much. However, I have seen that when the other mortal races die, that they try to give some sort of semblance of respect. And even though he was a bit of a shit as far as our team composition came, and the fact that he threatened the mission more than once, he was still an ally to me, and I would like to respect his memory.
That's fair.
Would you mind?
Syvas did would have offered to do the ceremony if there was one to be needed. He would have said that previously.
Right.
I did cast gentle repose on the body.
Oh, right. The ashes are in my stomach. What am I saying?
I am the one who gave them to you.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry,
You vacuumed
didn't mean to
them up.
bother you with that. Then I'll just ask you.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm well. How are you?
Are you bothered that he died?
I mean, not really.
Did you not care for your ally?
I mean, I've told you how many times I've died before.
That is fair.
So, I think it's a little weird he didn't come back, honestly. After all that bragging.
Death is a doorway. Perhaps you just exited somewhere else.
True facts.
Vulcan nods.
I will leave you to your rest. I have one last thing I would like to attend to before bed.
All right. Nighty-night.
Good night. I love you.
Thanks. I love me too.
Vulcan. So, I know. Oh,
I'm going to talk to you. You can talk to
as we set up, Greg would like to go to Vulcan and say after this convo, should we really still be trying to break in? We certainly have much more pressing matters with the fact that Jax's brother wants us good and surely dead. How long before the other shoe drops? They already took out one of us. Vulcan would say to you, oh, and he also says at the very least it is rushed.
I've come to find that when hanging out with you, particular group of people, rushed is the only way we really do things. Diamonds, as I am told, are made under pressure. Now, I understand that your concerns are valid. Should we be trying to break in? Probably not. But what other option do we have? We cannot leave a shard out and pending, waiting for somebody else to take it, and we still don't even know what's going on inside. For that matter, the brother is still out there, and I would like to get it before he does, if he is even seeking it.
Just waiting for him to respond.
To answer Drax's question, yes, it was, and 6 hours.
Gray, we can
I don't
only track.
understand.
You have to sleep first. You scribe the
did.
same day.
Damn it.
Back to Gray.
We can track the shard, but only to the city itself. We cannot get a specific location, but this is the best chance of finding it.
You guys give me so much time to eat this pizza.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Wow.
Because we do not know if anybody is currently going for it. If we allow the shard to stay inside with so many unknowns in play, especially dealing with potentially old sloth magic, we could soon have a city overrun with the actual undeath, and not the undeath as you know it.
And since we're having this conversation again, I'm going to assume that this is part of the original conversation, so I would be there. Is that fair?
Sure.
Syvas,
fair.
Yeah, Syvas would add, it's been 2 weeks since we last heard anybody in there. for all we know, they could be using it for some means that have been going on for 2 weeks.
If we leave this and hope that somebody else breaks it and takes it and then try to reap the reward from them, the first problem that we have is that, again, we cannot track the shard only to an area about the size of this city. There is no specifics involved, but this is our best lead. Secondly, as Saivas said, it has been going on for 2 weeks that something suspicious is going on with him. If we allow it to continue, terrible things could happen. Our only element of surprise right now is the fact that we do not have one. Nobody expects you to use the front door. Think about it. Even we were trying to go into the sewers. Right now, I think this is our best play.
And Vulcan will answer any other questions Pi has, but Vulcan wants to leave the... And he wants to go up to this spot here, right in the middle. Actually, which way does the water run? It flows out of the city and over the cliff, right?
No, that cliff leads inwards. This is a walled city, so it's heading towards the lake. That cliff is taller than the city.
Cliff is taller than the city. Isn't Karamaga on a mountaintop?
I mean, it could be, but I'm not too sure of how it works myself. And this is
we did have to
version
climb
that I'm
up to get here.
Yes, but you also had to go through a tunnel that was underground.
Right. So basically, this water is flowing downwards, not over the edge.
It's flowing towards the central lake.
Gotcha. So I'll go to the central lake.
Okay.
Using your water walking no jutsu.
Is there anybody there?
Still
I mean, there are plenty of people. Since the lake is kind of the central source of water. Also, there's an amphitheater that's like right next to it. Not currently doing anything, but it's a popular like semi-park spot.
Okay.
Wow, what's your plan?
I just want to walk to as secluded as an area if I can, get to the water's edge.
Okay. It's hard to find it's hard to find an actual secluded area, especially in an open place. If you want like true seclusion, here. You know. Yeah, it's as close to a forest as you can actually get in the city, but
okay, I'll go there. And Vulcan's gonna kind of sit there for a little while and kind of stare at the water, think to himself for a little bit, and then he's gonna just kind of say out loud,
"You were bad for the mission. You were at times too rough with people who were supposed to be your allies. Your methods were cruel, but effective. We may not have always respected or liked one another, but you were my ally. I am sorry you did not come back like you thought you would. I hope I am right, though, and that death is a doorway, and that you are happier wherever you are."
And then Vulcan's gonna vomit his ashes into the lake. And he's gonna wipe his mouth.
Metal Gear Solid 5.mp4.
He'll wait till the ashes kind of wash away, and I even Vulcan doesn't know what he's hoping for, because I don't know what Vulcan's hoping for, but he's just gonna stare at the water for a couple of minutes and maybe see if anything happens. He's not planning for it to do, but he just wants to wait and see.
Nope, nothing happens.
Okay.
As interesting it'd be for like, oh, cool thing. No,
no,
I was not that kind of goddess.
Nope. Cool.
Worship Saren Ray, y'all.
Vulcan
Do a Saren Ray,
just...
there'd be some kind of golden sparkles as it rises from the surface of the lake. Nope.
Vulcan's gonna kind of turn around and look up at the moon for a second, back at the water, and then go back. Saivas, what did you want to say to Tentoria?
Sorry. As you.
What happened?
He's Putting on some music.
Phantom Pain.
Wait for Blake's reaction.
Ah!
Nothing from Blake, alright. It is kind of quiet. Hey.
Yeah. Really quiet.
Blake even here?
What?
Oh.
He just can't hear it.
I mean, you can hear it. I'm still waiting for you to say something to Centauria.
I mean, you can see it in the chat. Also, I'm not such a huge Metal Gear Solid fan that I know what the music is.
Don't
I was just
reference
saying it because... But
Best.
you can't have a dude spreading ashes over the water and not have me think of Metal Gear Solid 5.
We're not burying them at sea. Make ashes of their diamonds. They don't throw them at
They're
the
all
sea.
diamonds. I won't feed your ashes to the soulless sea.
I'm just rub their ashes on their face.
Alright, what you got for Centauria?
We'll keep this music fucking. As he's playing around with the shadows, Syvas will glance. Did you find your answer?
2.
Your question.
I found answers. Maybe not the exact ones I was looking for, but answers all the same.
Well.
I think it's time that I go home soon. But I have a feeling that's where we're headed. Too much has happened lately for me to ignore the fact that I'm being drawn back. I never did find my mother, but at this point, I think my father is the bigger concern.
I was speaking more of, and he puts his hand over his chest. I don't know if Vulcan has a soul, but I think you do.
She kind of smiles a little bit. Yeah, I think it's fair to say I do. I still feel, I still love, I still care. It's just I have whatever this power is. I just have to figure out how to use it right.
Well, worst comes to worst, there's always one day to find out for sure. And Syvas will hold out a hand with this a sloth on it.
What are you doing?
If you accept the friendship, once you die, we'll find out.
She goes and clasps your hand, and as she does so, she just kind of closes your fingers. That path isn't for everybody, and I don't think it's going to be.
Path
No
will
offense
always
to
be
you.
open.
I know.
And he just
no
looks
offense to you
straight.
at all, Syfas. I just need you to remember that you offer this to anybody, right? Like anybody who's willing.
Potentially.
What happens if you let a bad person come back?
Then they get to deal with bread.
But what if Brett doesn't realize?
Of course he'd realize. It's bread.
Right. And you said you've met him now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And was he everything you thought he was going to be?
It was a little shorter. Just as majestic.
Oh, I don't doubt the majesty. But there was something different about you when you came back. Yes, I know you saw this Brad, this amazing figure, but and yes, he was a little bit shorter, but I feel like something's not entirely sitting perfectly with you. Like maybe you have questions.
Oh yeah, well, once I think we're going to be going to Geb soon. Hopefully. At least they have nothing else to figure out what happened. And Brett is there. We get to go see him. It'll be marvelous.
Right. It's gonna be good. But do you think Bread sees everything all the time? I'm just asking this question. I'm not doubting it.
No, probably if I had to say maybe through all the Arisen, what we see. If I had to guess,
Right.
anyways.
I mean, if I had to guess, but like, you ever stop to think like, why hasn't anybody been a Bread before?
What you mean, like, what the previous Rune Lord was?
Right. Like, weren't they like? Why couldn't they be like Bread?
All I know is they weren't. They were responsible for whatever put my soul in there.
All I'm saying is that I think you should be careful with who you extend that offer to. I know
Well-
Brett is mighty and majestic, but I think even sometimes he might not be able to see everything. I just want you to be sure that you don't bring somebody back who shouldn't come back.
Brett has total control over who comes back, so
If he has total control over who comes back, does that mean he has total control over you?
it's a good question. Actually, Savas will actually pull out his book and write that down.
He seems to have this amazing fundamental level of control, but does that bother you at all? Like, knowing that you might not have free will?
Pretty sure I have free will.
How can you really know with
I mean,
Brett?
how can you? What is free will? What about fate?
What is love? Baby,
Suppose.
don't hurt me.
I suppose. It's just something to think
Things
about.
are preordained.
I suppose they could be.
But
So
no,
far,
if
decisions
bread
are already
is
planned out for.
if bread has planned my life for me, it is a better existence than what I was originally in, and I can do nothing but happily walk it.
If you insist. Just be careful.
No. The only thing I'm worried about is somebody doing what that thing did to me. Being the soup of souls again. So as long as they don't do that, I think I'm fine.
So, remind me, what exactly put you in that soup of souls?
Good question. Would I know? Because I don't think I do.
I think it was long enough, and you were in there for so long that memories of life before Bread are kind of murky, if not completely opaque.
Actually, you know what? Hang on. I'm gonna tell. Like,
Well, he does the thing. Oh, here we go.
you'll see Sivas like take a moment, pondering, stop in his paces, and sort of put his fists together upside down in a pose, in a stance, and just do these moves, and then grunt something in another language.
Language.
That's why I said to blank, so he would know if you know it.
I don't think you know it.
Depends on what it is.
Hmm?
Depends on what it is.
GM your proficiencies.
Yeah, what languages do you speak? Oh, okay, there we go. Nope, nope, and nope.
Yeah, these are clearly like monkish moves, and then he returns to the former stance and does a bow. That's besides the cooking. That's all I can really remember of my previous life.
Huh. Alright. Well, no use of thinking about it now. I'm sure answers will come to us when we get to Geb, but first things first, we gotta get into that goddamn tower.
Sivas nods.
Get whatever you call.
Wish we had more friends I could have talked into helping us, but it is what it is.
I think the best friends that we have right now are right here with us.
Are you still using a spell slot every day to keep Horus up?
Yes.
Because nighttime's coming up.
Yep.
Just again, I've said that Vrock's undead rocks are not the weirdest thing in the city since the friendship moved into town, so just having him sleep outside the tavern isn't going to attract any undue attention, really.
Yep.
That being said, can you even fit in a tavern to sleep anymore?
Probably not, and I never, like, every time we've gone to hotels, I've always sat on the outside playing the hurdy-gurdy or doing something.
That is
But
true.
Speaking of, I need to buy a new one.
A larger one.
Yes.
I would say, though, that during the course of that exchange, when he offered to give you a mark of sloth, essentially, you still had that same burning sensation on your forearm. You're wearing, I assume, a shirt / armor, so you don't know what's up with that, but not like, oh god, burning, but like that uncomfortable, like a sunburn almost.
Mm-hmm.
Just letting you know.
It'll be fine. I picture somebody bad coming into the friendship. Bread's like, oh, you're one of those people. Pulls on a lever and straight down to hell.
Bread hell.
It's literally an oven.
Vulcan's gonna head back and try to, like, kind of go into his resting state on the street, but making sure that he's able to watch the building carefully.
Okay.
And Sivas is going to rest on sort of a gargoyle statue, I suppose, watching the building.
Is anyone else doing anything today?
I'm gonna stop out, outside looking for Vulcan and say, hey, Vulcan! Vulcan!
Yes.
Had a brilliant
Subtle.
idea.
What?
How about we get a shard to, like, bait Lucius out?
My plan remains the same.
To get the shard?
Bait him out in my own way.
Yeah, but it's stupid. I don't
Oh
like
well.
it.
You don't have to.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that I don't like it.
You've had a traumatic day.
Yeah, so have you.
You should get to sleep.
No,
You're not thinking straight.
listen.
What?
We gotta. I'm gonna have to get up ass crack, early dawn in the morning to go find that scryer.
Uh-huh.
I need to find where Lucius is quickly.
The scryer is not going to help.
Yeah, but it's an
The
option.
scryer is not going to help.
It's an option.
The scryer is not going to help.
You don't know that.
The
Help us-
scryer is not going to help.
It helped find him the first time. You had bad luck. You had bad luck the second time, but we can try again. We can.
You can always acquire an amulet of protection against detection and location.
Yeah, but how he's gonna get that?
We need to focus on the mission at hand.
Vulcan,
Yes.
do you even think that I can save Lucius?
Probably not.
I think it's possible. Just
Yes.
gotta convince
It is good to remain hopeful. However, we do have a mission at hand. You have had a long day and do need your rest. This day almost went terribly. If you need to figure out how to save your brother,
It almost went terribly. I'm sorry,
It's-
continue.
I can't, sleep right now. I can't go to sleep, knowing that my brother, is in here looking for me.
he's not here.
You don't even know that he's still in. You don't even know that he's still in Karamaga or not.
Yeah, I found
Okay.
Lucius's music.
I really do love Max Payne's theme.
Staying up is not going to help us, and it's not going to help you.
Whatever. It's not like you really trusted my plans, anyways. I'm just gonna leave.
My plan remains the same.
And I'll just watch the tower.
Okay. So is everyone just gonna go to bed?
I think so.
Yeah,
Or-
nighty night.
In a manner of speaking.
In a manner of speaking. Those of you who sleep, sleep. And night passes uneventfully. No one tries to kill you in your sleep.
Nothing at the tower.
Absolutely no movement.
Not even a sound.
I mean, the door's closed and there are no windows you can see. It's, for all you know, abandoned.
Gotcha.
No external guards either. So,
All right. When morning comes, I'm gonna look up to the gargoyle on the roof.
Sorry.
1 second. Sorry, DMs.
Yep, yep.
Just people doing things. All right. Want me to talk about that? Because it's easier, or just type it out.
I don't know. Whichever works for you.
All right, it's easier. Yeah, you successfully sneak away. If I'm not mistaken, so you're gonna go to the same scryer from before.
Yeah. Seemed to work last time.
All right. He doesn't open for another couple hours because you snuck out at like the butt crack of dawn.
I'm just gonna stand there and wait.
All right. When you guys wake up, Draxus is no longer with the group.
Savas kind of looks to
Okay.
Vulcan and goes, "You didn't see her?"
What did you say?
Savas looks to Vulcan and says, "You didn't see him?"
I'm pretty sure Vulcan was staring at the building and in a position where you couldn't easily see the. You can't easily see the tavern and the building at the same time. So I was going to say that
Correct.
he's watching the building. You can't really see the tavern too well.
So I don't know. They're gone yet.
Savas would come to inform you then.
Vulcan is processing it.
It's possible Draxus is already dead.
Yep.
Gray says they took him. They took him. They like. Wait, they took him. They him most likely.
Yeah, fuck your spelling errors, Pieball. How dare you?
Okay.
Then time is of the utmost essence. If Draxus is... We must consider Draxus dead going forward.
Oh Jesus, Mary.
We cannot let the
job.
mission. We cannot let the mission fail here now.
Perhaps we should recruit more Arisen friends. There are
I'm
numerous
pretty
in this-
sure I left my bug as, saying I'm still alive.
Did you?
Probably would, yeah.
All right. We'll say that upon examination, you find a note that says, "I'm not dead." Signed, Draxus.
In very shitty handwriting.
That'd be
So-
retroactively found.
Otherwise, it would have been a whole thing.
Vulcan's gonna kind of look at the bug, and is gonna pick up the bug and eat it.
Oh my god.
But meanwhile, back on the scrying side of things, as soon as you walk in the shop, I'm pretty sure that the scryer is going to be like, no, we're not doing that.
Oh. How about I give you 100 gold?
I told you the location that you were looking for, and that entire building burned down.
Give Scry.
You just say give Scry?
I said to Scry.
Give Scry, yes.
He's not like acting scared, but he's still like trying to like set up his shop for like the morning, like because he's not a scryer full time. He's just like a wizard. He sells like enchanted artifacts. So he's like getting stuff ready. He's like sweeping the shop and whatnot, and kind of just ignoring you. No. I had to answer questions. There were guards. Apparently, there are a dozen people dead.
Listen, It was not my fault that that building burned down, alright? It was some other fucker from my group, alright? So,
Oh, okay. So it was your group, though.
it wasn't me, alright? It was my fault that I told them in the first place. So, this time around, I'm not going to tell them. So, I beg of you. I just need to do this one last time, then I'm out of your hair. I promise you.
Or you do this one last time and then you burn my shop down.
I won't burn your shop down. Just please. One
Roll
more time.
persuasion.
This letter was clearly written under duress to throw us off. We have to assume Jiraxis is dead.
Fuck you and your natural 18, fine.
One last time, I promise.
I assume we're paraphrasing you begging for a solid half an hour because it would take too long to RP.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna give up, and I know it. So, all right, let's go ahead and have him make his save. I believe.
Oh my God,
what the shit?
really?
Why?
See, this is why I don't let them have control of the radio on my game.
Fair enough. All right, so well, this just ruins everything. Pablo
That's
apparently
what this-
can't hear it. It's he put on fucking Naruto as the soundtrack. Anyway, let's go ahead and have Lucius make a save. If he fucking fails and have to like describe Lucius like being evil to the sound of Konoha, it's gonna be the worst shit ever.
Already changed.
Lucius is gonna try and make a save. I believe the DC is because he doesn't know the dude personally. It's still 12, so it's gonna be a flat. He needs to beat a 9. So if he rolls any higher than a 9, he succeeds.
Fuck!
Natural 20.
Holy shit!
The gods have spoken.
The narrative has said you cannot find Lucius. Yeah.
Buy one of your items in your
I
shop.
still think the music is fit.
Naruto?
With like in the conversation that they were having over the argument.
No.
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 Anyway. Yeah, so really hurriedly, and in a way that doesn't really satisfy you, kind of like, okay, fine, same guy, fucking looks in, nope, super fucking murky, get out of my shop.
I want to just kick the door open and leave.
You did pay him 100 gold though, didn't you?
Yeah. that's
Okay,
alright.
making sure, because that's the only reason he did that.
I know. I'm just gonna, go back to the tavern where everybody's at.
Also, I love how, there was a bunch of assassins in town, and you just decided to just head out by yourself to an undisclosed place without letting any of your party know.
Oh no,
I
we're already
know.
at the tower. Like I said, I'm under the assumption that Jiraxis is
I know. That's why I did it.
Just in the hopes you die?
No,
Get-
because nobody would believe me.
Because we learned nothing from Aiden's mistakes, that's why.
Okay. All the same, no one kills you, which might be a surprise. But getting back to the getting back to the tower, everyone else is setting up for essentially the break-in when Jiraxis wanders back onto the scene.
Oh my goodness, you're
Sybas quietly hands
broke out
Vulcan
for
money.
captivity.
Captivity?
You were clearly captured.
No, I
You
wasn't.
would never be so stupid as to leave without telling anybody. I can't possibly think of a dumber thing that you could have done.
The
I know
roasting
that
of
you would
Jiraxis
never.
begins.
Yeah, I had to deal with something. I'm back now.
Please say it isn't so, not after we just recently lost Aiden to another stupid mistake.
Yeah, well, I didn't, attacked first, so.
And I'm going to learn my lesson from Aiden and let you know now, Jiraxis, I have coddled you too much. If you make that mistake again, you're out of the mission.
Oh snap!
Out of what?
The mission.
You're out of the mission.
Well, what makes you decide all the decisions?
Because I am the only one here focused on completing it. And you seem to be hell-bent on sabotaging it now.
I'm not trying to sabotage the mission.
Your connection to your brother must come second. There are bigger things than you and him, and now he is part of the bigger things. Handle the mission in front of you before you consult your own. And And even if you desire to consult your own, which is fine, you are mortal, you do these things. You must let someone know.
I did let you guys know.
In what way?
My bug. I left my bug with you guys.
You did not let us know.
You guys wouldn't, go with me anyways.
Because you are impatient and obstinate. You wait for the mission at hand. I told you specifically not to do it, and you did it anyway. I have followed your directions for years, Jaraxxus, but you cannot follow mine. I want to help you. I want to get your brother back to you. But you never wait. You never listen, and you never trust. Stop. Trust us. We will get him back, but we must do this.
You almost sound like Dead Hand.
I assume this is a compliment?
I do not know.
Dead Hand? Person who ran Iron Scarabs?
I never met them.
He was a fatherly figure. Always disappointed in me.
I can only imagine why. Now,
Part of me
are you
feels
planning-
bad that Ash plays this game to relax from her life and to unwind.
No, you're wrong. It's the only thing I look forward
She
to.
knows how to do that. I don't think she physically knows how to.
Relax?
What's that? I never met him.
Relax. Don't do.
Oh,
But
I
anyway.
spent 80% of my life stressing the fuck out over everything, so I don't think I know
My
how to
job?
do this.
My job is to protect you. That is part of my primary parameters. But if you make my job difficult, I will not have a choice. Literally. You will be removed from my primary parameters. If your name is dropped from my protection list, I can do nothing for you.
It's really justify you leaving.
It would be you who forced his hand, though.
Now, are we going to hit the task ahead of us or not?
I'm just gonna silently just walk over to the others.
I mean, we were here. I didn't know we were separated.
I mean, just,
I'm imagining
away from Vulcan.
imagining Gray during all of this just being the monkey puppet meme.
Monkey
Monkey
puppet?
puppet.
Yeah, where the monkey kind of like looks to the side and then looks forward.
Oh, yeah.
You know the one.
I know what you're talking about.
Vulcan's gonna walk up to the tower.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, there is a front door, but it has no obvious means of opening, essentially.
No handle, no hinges, nothing.
Nope. No answer.
I want to cast Knock.
Going straight to the big guns, huh?
I mean, I don't really use my level 1 spell slots very often.
Okay. So just gonna squeeze in from behind. Sorry, squeeze in behind Vulcan and just kind of cast it on the door.
Just snap my fingers.
All right. With a resounding thunk, the entire door just kind of cracks, like around the door frame. It doesn't really swing open. It doesn't have hinges, so to speak, as much as it kind of slides to one side. But either way, not very far. But yeah, door opens. You guys gonna head in? Or are you gonna try to like peek in?
Captain Jack's better at that, so Vulcan's gonna kind of like step to the side.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I will peek in.
Okay. So the interior foyer is fucking sacked. It seems like this used to be a chamber with, think like a dentist kind of lobby area. Which is to say, chairs, tables, obviously the beginnings of what's probably going to be a running theme of books. This is the Thoracic Library, essentially. But all of them are broken, scattered, clearly signs of a fucking struggle. No one here, though.
Is there a sign of a struggle? Like
Yeah, that's what I
cut
just
marks
said.
on the walls or floors? Well, everything was turned over, so the difference between a robbery and like a fight, like bloodstains, that sort of thing.
In that case, go ahead and roll investigation.
Sure. Six.
6. You do find a few bloodstains. Nothing like severe, but yeah, definitely signs of combat. Between who or what or how long ago, you can't really tell with the 6, but yeah, a fight happened.
You should alert the guard to get them to establish a perimeter.
Yeah, I'll tell the rest of the party. Hey, there's clearly a scuffle that went on here.
How loud is the knock spell?
300 feet, I believe.
300 feet?
Link it.
Also, I'm activating friends.
300 feet.
For instance.
When you cast a spell, a loud knock audible from as far away as 300 feet emanates from the target object.
Yeah, so that knock spell like was a thunder crack, essentially, like a resounding Khazad-dûm drum beat.
Mm-hmm.
And while Captain Jack steps through the doorway and begins kind of looking around, you see pretty quickly. Go ahead, and Jack, you're the only one in there. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. 16? Good enough. You're busy kind of like looking around. You're trying to get a sense of what went down. And out of the corner of your eye, you just managed to see someone like run into the area where you're investigating, see that there's someone in there, and then immediately double back. And in the short time you managed to get a glimpse of them, it seemed like a wizardly sort, or it seemed like a wizardly sort. More details than that you couldn't really tell, but definitely robes. Definitely human, or some level of humanoid, at least. Maybe a bit like he might have been like a half elf or something, but you couldn't tell from that.
Yeah, I will immediately call out to him, or it.
Okay.
All right. We're here to help.
I'm telling Horace to notify a nearby guard and tell him to like what I said earlier.
Okay. So you call out. This wizard has. You could tell that he was trying to be a little bit stealthy because you didn't hear like the sound of footsteps essentially, and as soon as you call out, you hear him like break into an audible run.
I'll call out to the party real quick. We got a guy running.
We got a runner.
him. Yeah, pretty much.
You fucking will.
Go. You're fucking right. I will.
Yeah, Vulcan doesn't even wait. He just goes for the go sign.
I'm not even gonna have you roll for the actual like athletics of catching up. Go ahead and roll me a. Is it grappling fucking rules? Opposed athletics or acrobatics?
Well, no, I'm not even going to like grapple him. I'm just going to like run up and literally run next to him effectively.
Okay.
Be like, look, we really don't mean you harm. We're here to help.
So as soon as he calls back, we got a runner, and just with like two beats of his wings, he's already like you're not even touching the ground anymore. You've gone past that point. Fucking parkour cat. As you just book it through this place. At a glance, you could tell this entire area is kind of labyrinth-like. But you know where the guy went. You're not going to get lost in this maze only because you know where that guy is. Catching up with him real quick, getting a better look, you can tell that he's on the younger side of wizards, like late 20s essentially, which means probably like a apprentice wizard basically. Wizards don't graduate until they're like 50 or some shit. Looks notably panicked. And seeing you catch up, immediately kind of stops and pulls out some arcane focus, and is going to attempt to cast a spell. If you want to do something about that.
I mean, I'll run circles around him to try and throw off his aim. But I will also say, we come on behalf of the Pathfinders, and we have writs from the city guard.
You get through about
put it down.
You get through about half of that. Can I get you to make a wisdom saving throw?
Sure. Oof. 8.
Nope. All right. You get through. You're like, no, we're here from the Pathfinders, and you get immediately held in place via a hold person spell. Your cat-like crazy bat movements, trying to get around him, immediately stopping, freezing you in place in midair. What's the rest of the party doing?
Do I see any of that?
You saw him book it.
I'll start walking in.
I've instructed Horace to get the guard, tell him that it looks like some type of attack or something. I described the scene.
Okay,
and, asked him to
that'll
form a
take
perimeter.
that'll take a couple of
That's
minutes.
fine.
So time. In the meantime, yeah. So getting a better look at him, like I said, apprentice wizard, late 20s, human, dressed in kind of what's I'm looking for here, monk type garments. There's a word for that though. Monastery type garments. Monastic robes. Yeah, like I said, notably panicked and freaking out, and having you frozen in place, he kind of lets out that weird laugh of like, ha, it worked. But focuses up. It's like, we'll tell the Pathfinders that we have everything under control. It's fine, and it's you can call off the rest of the party. And it's been 6 seconds. It's been 6 seconds.
Held.
Can you even respond?
It's more.
I'm willing to say that you could probably respond because he probably dropped the enchantment at least when you're in your throat, so you could speak. I'm gonna say that's possible.
So I can speak and move, or can speak.
You can speak. You cannot move. But it's been about 6 seconds. If you want to try to make your saving throw again.
Sure. 20.
Yeah, that'll do it. As soon as he loosens the restraint enough that you can actually talk, he loosens it unintentionally on the rest of you, and with one kind of effort from the back of your mind, kind of to break this enchantment, managed to snap the bonds and fall to the floor. Some of your momentum still maintained, but you land well enough. You are now free to take actions if you want. Panicked look resumes. But strictly speaking, it's your turn.
I am. Ah, damn, that requires that he isn't hostile to me already.
It's hard to say whether or not he'd be considered hostile, considering that he's not attacking you, he's restraining you.
Even then, I think charming him into coercion is probably a bit, or just as bad as like actually hitting him.
If they're both hesitating, I'm walking in.
Tell you what, I'll tell him.
I've already gone.
What should I report to the Pathfinders then? We don't have a clear grasp on the situation, so please walk me through it, so that the reports may be as accurate as possible.
I imagine at this point, like
maintaining eye contact with him. Is he a statted wizard?
Is he a statted wizard? You mean
he's not just some rando, is he?
Roll insight.
Well, no. The reason I ask is because of this. He's not just some schmuck.
I'd say that if you have the ability to cast spells, you're probably not going to be considered a commoner, at least here.
Yeah, that's more than fair. But I will ask him, like, hey, like, walk me through it that we can report this properly.
Well, we had a breach of security and a few incidents, but it's been contained.
I'm aware of that. I believe the kid's name was Bren. How did a kid even break in? I don't.
You see like a blank look on his face, like slack-jawed.
He's in the city jail now. It's been taken care of.
Yes, the book thief. Yes, I that's what I was saying. It's been contained.
At this point, does he see like the two demons like this? I just picture these two shadows slowly approaching from behind as Syvas and Vulcan roll up.
You guys are gonna have a hard time fitting in this fucking building, by the way.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that's what you're talking about. Simply because I don't think I don't think he did that to the hallways. I'm not gonna lie. That's. I'm sorry to say, whatever your name is. Hi, I'm Jack, by the way. I'm sorry to say, but I don't believe you.
It's Dine. My name's Dine.
Nice to meet you, Dine.
Well, that's for you not to believe and the guards to figure out. So just turn around, okay? I don't want to hurt you.
The
I don't want
feeling's
to hurt you
mutual.
there.
Oh God!
Lay down your arcade and focus. Sir.
Think Pulp Fiction. That kid in the diner.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about him. Keep it pointed at me. It's all gonna be fine. We could be like four little Fonzies. Who's Fonzie? I don't know. Really chill Bart, I hear. Anyway,
It's gonna be cool.
Again, accuracy is key here, and I don't think anyone is going to believe that a child did all of this. So let's try this again, please. What exactly is under control, you say?
Roll persuasion.
You got it.
Okay, so you're casting friend sense again. You've moved into the building a bit.
Well, and it was never addressed the first time, so I'm assuming it didn't go off.
At the front door, or didn't detect anything. Are you casting it again, or is this a continuation of the first one?
How long does it last?
I don't know.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, but it's part of something else. We'll say it has the same length of time as Detect Good and Evil. Give me a second.
So an hour. Perfect.
Okay, so yeah, you can reasonably have this thing up for quite a while. Good job there, Vulcan. Anyway,
What did I do?
you posted a Resident Evil 2 thing.
Oh.
But okay, so with the 20 persuasion, you could tell this kid is scared. He's out of his depth and he has no idea what to do. And with the introduction of more people, kind of destabilizing him a little bit, you manage to talk him down. And it's like, okay, you can chill out a little bit. People stop sending me things. Anyway, but you seem.
Here's a good approach. Tell you what, before we talk, you seem a little scared, a little flustered. Are we safe here? Would you like us to take you to a safer place, or do you have a safer place that we could talk?
So as you're trying to calm him down, you see him kind of. It seems like maybe we could take you. Are we safe here? He kind of has that slightly terrified look. He's like, I don't know. It hasn't come back.
What is it?
It was a guy. It was some guy in a hood. There was a lot that happened. I don't know, and a lot of people. We have it locked up. Listen, I know that if the guards come in here and they find out that everyone's dead, then a lot of bad things are going to happen, and some people are going to be in a lot of trouble. And maybe not me, but other people.
That's Tentoria's insight. She doesn't believe the thing he's saying.
19. With a 19 insight, you can tell that this kid is so far out of his fucking depth that he's clinging to the hope that if he bluffs until he makes it, that he'll get out of it. You know what I mean? This is kind of like what happens if you put, like Jerry, the part timer with, 10 hours of experience, in charge of CEO of the company, and then had him do a board meeting. This kid doesn't know what he's doing. He's obviously frightened. But yeah, if your friend senses still up, as you get further into the building, just at the edge of 60 feet, considering it goes through walls and whatnot. 60 feet is 20 yards. 20 yards. I'm trying to get a sense of how far away things can be. I don't know. I don't know that 60 feet is enough. 60 feet can be deceptively short range. Well, at this point, me talking about it means you're going to find out eventually. Yeah, you do pick up on the very edge of your friend sense range. Something here is not a friend.
I would slowly move towards it to get a better gauge of where it is.
That's the problem. So this place is arranged in an octagon type shape. All the walls are books, and they are not arranged in an easy to navigate fashion. That's not to say that it's a maze per se, but nothing is going to be as straightforward as point A to point B. There's a lot of U-turns and a lot of lengthy corridors that just kind of wind inward in order to get the maximum amount of surface area to the building, essentially. So basically, everything's going to be like a 5-foot wide corridor. This entire building is.
Syvas's eyes going from red shift to a blue shift as he's looking around. He's going to turn to Vulcan and say, "We need to go back to the door, make sure nothing gets out, make sure Horace gets the guards, and then lock this place up as we explore further. We are not alone."
I will stand guard in the hallway. I will secure the door. And Doria, stay with me.
Do you guys want to close the door? Because there are arcane locks that prevent people from getting in once it's closed. You've passed them with knock, but you can just close the door again, essentially, if you like.
If I can.
Okay.
Are you saying that they locked with arcane lock?
Yeah. Doesn't knock get past arcane locks?
Arcane lock is suppressed for 10 minutes.
Okay, so in 10 minutes time, it'll reactivate.
What's our little friend's name?
Wait, no. During which time?
Dine with a Y.
Dine. Saying that, I'm more just trying to remember it. I'm gonna look down at him and say, "Bread, watch over you," and cast protection from good and evil on him.
He kind of flinches, but realizes you're not. You're a giant, scary gargoyle, dude. But okay, he is now protected from good and evil.
Don't you worry your pretty little head there, Dine. We'll secure the area at the very least, and help you out how we can. Tell you what, none of this has to go on our reports, right? We'll just do our best to help you out, and we'll be on our merry way.
Sounds like me.
Tell us, right? How can we help you feel more secure?
Okay. Before I get started though, so were you guys gonna? I just want to know, so I know what's going on. Are you guys gonna close the front door and let the arcane lock reactivate after 10 minutes after informing the guards? Is that the plan?
Inform the guards, get Horace back inside, get everybody inside,
close the door,
and then close the door.
Okay, cool.
Well,
that's the plan.
Wait. No, I'll speak out against that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Dine has expressed some concerns over bringing the guards here.
Well, I'm bringing them
in.
We're having them establish a perimeter in case we die and fail.
Right.
Okay. Does that sound acceptable to you, Dine? That way the rest of the city may be ensured of its protection if we all fail here?
I guess. I guess the door opens from the inside, though, so that only stops the guards from getting in, which is good because again, they don't need to know. But it doesn't protect them from things getting out, really.
Well, at the very least, if something does get out, then they'll be prepared to take it on. They'll already be there, you know?
That's a good point. It's a good point. Okay, but yeah, report. So, okay, I don't know a lot about what happened. So this place is old. You probably knew that. The thoracics, and he kind of switches into tour guide mode as kind of this rote description of the thoracic spire issues forth. This spire predates most of the buildings in the city. The city itself, and this is a little bit conjecture, but is definitely as old as Thastalon was, and was probably built for whatever purpose that Karzog the Claimer had in establishing a base here. Regardless, when the apocalypse happened, when Earthfall happened, the city was protected more or less by its location, and the spire endured. As such, it was a wealth of Thessalonian information. As such, it's a giant library now. But there are several artifacts and objects that date back to ancient times, many of which aren't fully understood. Many of which are. It's not like it's like a crazy grab bag of mysteries, but there are a few objects here that seem harmless enough and are functionally useless because the systems they were a part of have long since stopped to exist. And at that point, he'll pick back up and say, so there are plenty of things here that are kind of just decorations now. Until it wasn't.
You mean to tell me they reactivated?
Something did. I don't know what it was, but something turned on. Sorry, I forgot the guy's name. Give me 1 second. Dreyfus was the Archmage. So Archmage Dreyfus, or Archmage Webb. I'm not friends with them. Archmage Webb thought it was a very big deal, and he grabbed it and took it up to his personal study to, I assume, deal with that. And that's the last we saw of him for a while. And a little bit afterwards, we had someone show up at the front door. And Dreyfus said to let him in, and I didn't get a good look at him. He was some guy in a weird cloak, like a hood type thing.
Is this during the night?
No, I mean, it was a couple weeks ago, but...
When he let the guy in?
Was it the middle of the night? I mean, no, it would... I'm not sure it matters. I think it would have been like 2 o'clock. Whatever. Call it there. Okay. So around 2 o'clock, around 2 weeks ago, this guy showed up. And Archmage Webb said he would speak to him privately, and he did. And obviously it was private, so I have no idea who he was or what he wanted or what happened. And apparently he killed Archmage Webb in his study, and then everyone else from the study all the way to the front door. He maybe went out for a little bit, and then he came back later, and then murdered his way through again to get to the basement. And he hasn't come out of the basement, so maybe he's gone.
Would you show him, and I point towards Draxus, and then point towards the face?
Vulcan is going to open up his hand and project an image of Lucius.
No, guy was older, kind of had some stubble.
Any further description you can give?
Looked a bit of a square jaw, a little bit I'm gonna say jaundiced, maybe, like he had like bad skin, like he was pale, but not like hasn't gotten sun pale, but like
pale.
Well, and he's gonna kind of point to Cybus and say like kind of arisen pale. But I don't think he was an arisen because he didn't have any signs of it. But I mean, maybe, and he was just taking really good care of his body. I don't know. But yeah. Actually, no. He's a fucking wizard. He could do this. He's going to cast minor illusion, and put up an image of, like he said, a guy in pretty standard traditional traveler's gear. Nothing ostentatious, nothing identifying about it. you know, that kind of like classic, like just some wanderer in the wastes type outfit. Could be anyone. Doesn't really give a very good view of his face, because he didn't have a very good view of his face. That was the purpose of the cloak, essentially. Can I get, because I don't want to ask the person involved them specifically because I don't know who it was. Can I get everyone to roll a? Would remembering something be an intelligence check?
I would say history.
History.
Okay, go ahead and roll histories. I mean, that was an insight, not a history, Vulcan. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's separate. Never mind.
Right.
So just history. Pie.
13 out of
Natural 20, but it won't be Tentorius, I'm sure.
It's true. Yeah, none of you remember. I mean,
So
none of
Does
you
Horace
none of you
remember?
have seen this. The person
Pie
who
can't roll.
could have remembered did not remember.
Pi.
I'll admit it wasn't Pi.
Okay. So not Luca von Calafaso or anything like that, right? Vulcan would know who they are.
It's not bread.
Not what?
It's not
Luca
bread.
von Calafaso.
Roll the history again.
Oh God, please don't tell me.
Oh, jeez.
Insert gremlin laugh.
Good enough. Yeah, if you're gonna guess that hardcore, I'm gonna give it to you.
Oh no.
It's Luca.
Oh,
Wait, why does everybody's
Luca,
bad guy
lucky.
backstory start with an L?
Listen.
no.
Ah, shit.
I love
Here
that
we
I've
go
ruined
again.
your day with the word.
Vulcan will kind of just stare at the picture for a couple of seconds and finally clicking who it is. Like he does the Optimus Prime thing where a whole plate slides up on his face, a hood comes down, armor plates pop out, and the eyes shift red.
We have issues.
Yeah. I guess?
Dying continues to freak out.
This is Luca von Calafaso.
Oh, that guy you've been
Bless
talking
you.
about?
Yeah,
He
you
is
know what
an-
who that is.
He is an accomplished mage. He killed me previously,
Oh. That
for lack of a better word. He put me into a deactivated state, and Vulcan's gonna kind of raise up his arm so the plates move away a little.
Raise up his arm so the plates move away a little bit and point to like the big scar mark that that Jirax is kind of patched up, and point to it and say,
He put a lightning bolt through my chest. But the last time I'd seen him, I shot him in the stomach, so I was hoping he would die.
You were optimistic.
well, Vulcan will say at this point.
Well, my prognosis for his survival was 50% at the time. However, I did break his jaw with his friend's arm, so maybe he won't be able to talk as much.
his friend's arm.
I
I
mean,
ripped his
the-
friend's arm off and blooded him with it.
Dine looks bewildered at all of this brutality that apparently you're capable of dishing out on this dude. And his jaw looked okay. I'm sorry. I
We have
mean,
major issues.
healing magic is a thing. You know, you can come back from a lot worse.
This is a threat level black for all of us.
Oh, okay.
What did you say the great bread was again?
Wait, would you say what?
The Vulcan. He said what classification would you
Bread
use?
is the same level.
Oh. This does not bode well.
No, it does not. But he was only as strong as he was because he had many allies with him the last time I saw him.
Vulcan's not going to know what to do. He's going to stand there for a second.
We must
Well,
press
we gotta
on.
find him.
We do need to press on, but his capabilities are great.
Well, we don't have to defeat him, per se. We only have to find the shard.
He would be after my shard. He is a practitioner of wrath.
Oh.
Give me a moment to remember something.
And Vulcan's going to kind of close his eyes for a minute and kind of go back to his memories.
Feel free to talk in the meantime.
How what? and everybody in your memory brings.
I imagine that's code for is going to type something to blank.
No, I'm not actually. I'm actually just going back and rereading my backstory for a sec. I'm just looking for a detail.
There are some minor changes that I haven't told you that I'm making to your backstory, but one thing I'll say is that he definitely used wrath magic on you, and by that I mean evocation, but with a Thessalonian flavoring. And he definitely had allies that also had versions of different schools. But I'm gonna say the fight was short enough that you have no idea what his actual capabilities are. You just know that that's the only one you have concurrently proven he's capable of. Just before you make the assumption that's the end all be all of his ability.
Oh, I was actually mistaken about my own backstory.
World first.
Yeah, world first. The last thing that I can remember, he was logged as a threat level yellow, which is 2 stages below black. However, the Zahidraan carved into his flesh was pride. However, he is a wizard and he will have many capabilities. Yellow was when he was alone. When he was with friends, it upped itself significantly. He prefers to fight from the rear as far as I can remember, but the fight was fast enough that I could not get a full tactipons.
Alright, Don, you said he had friends with him?
No, it was just him.
Oh, just him.
Then we can take him, assuming he has not activated more artifacts. Is the door sealed yet?
I imagine it's been 10 minutes.
We cannot let him leave this place.
Boris, come back.
Yeah, it's still a tight squeeze for the 3 of you, but you can make do. Kind of a bull in a china shop situation, but you know.
And you said,
what are you gonna do?
You said he has not left the basement.
No, we have some of the higher, the ones that are left, higher level mages guarding the entrance. That's kind of the problem, though. We're not supposed to have a basement, really. That's against some rules.
What rules?
I'll tell you because it happened recently enough in game that you'd remember. But you guys traveled through a sectioned off but still heavily guarded section of the Underdark to get to Karamaga, where you were attacked by some Vrox. Karamaga is built over the... I mean, everything's built over the Underdark, but Karamaga has closer ties to it than most. And as such, zoning-wise, don't tunnel under fucking ground. That's where bad things are, and it's a public safety issue, where if any building creates a basement or a subfloor too deep, then yeah, it risks fucking mind flayers flooding Karamaga. So the resistance. Yeah,
we cannot allow Ruka to remain in the Underdark.
And
there's too much at stake here.
What'd you say?
He said supposed. We're not supposed to have a basement.
Did he make one? Or was this one that was unofficially made?
Well, that's a bit above my pay grade. I didn't design the building.
Was there
the tunnel
research
was always
being done down there?
The tunnel was always there, but it was supposed to be sealed.
Is that worded?
But there's a lot of cool things down there, apparently, and some of the archmages and higher-ups decided that the risk was worth it, so we decided to try and make some ventures, and we did successfully. We do have some capable mages, do a few expeditions, found more than a few Thessalonian artifacts down there. A lot of questionable stuff, but I think that isn't that just Karzog for you. But we should have left it sealed. That would have been smart.
What is the fastest way to the basement?
I can show you. I'm gonna go ahead and let the others know that you're not gonna bring us in. I'm sorry. I just don't know.
We have no reason to be here for you. Relax.
Can I retcon the spell? Because I thought we were in immediate danger. I don't know.
I
Felt
mean, yeah, I'll allow you to retcon it because it doesn't matter too much. It's yeah, I could have probably construed the immediacy of the undead threat a little bit better. But like I said, it's underground, so it's kind of hard for me to gauge how far 60 feet is on a diagonal. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm
What
willing to
enemies?
say retcon.
What
Say it in a
enemies lie
second.
inside the tower?
Well, mostly all the things that were left behind from pre-Thessalonian era. So, you know, a few summoned devils, a few leftover experiments, some undead, you know, just things in general. I'm not sure what's new because that guy, what was his name, Luca?
Luca von Califaso.
Luca might have made some new monsters down there. There's a lot of tools. I don't know. We have it sealed. Anything could happen.
Is there a fast, safe way to get down there?
Yeah, I'll just let everyone know.
Take us to the survivors.
So as you guys, as Dine, as Dine escorts you, go ahead and roll history there, guy who's DMing me.
As if rolling history in the open would give him away.
Good thing you can roll in GM.
Cool. Okay, I'll type something to you while I do the thing. Oh yeah, there's that too. While I type this thing, Dine leads you through the place, and now that you're getting a better view of things, you're getting a much better sense of the scale of the attack. You're seeing a few corpses that have sheets kind of placed over them. Not buried, obviously. It's a library, but not left to rot out in the open either. You're seeing a few scorch marks from lightning or fire bolts that are being thrown around. A few claw marks in some areas from something, either summoned or maybe Luca has claws. It's hard to say. Just general havoc as you wander down some halls, and a lot of books. But leading into essentially kind of maybe a dozen or so mages, all of them varying levels of experience. All kind of look up in alarm before Dine's kind of like, it's okay, it's okay. They want to explore the basement. Maybe they can help. And one of the older mages kind of like, oh, God, listen, Dine, we can handle this. We just need to wait and starve him out.
You won't starve him out.
Yeah, what if he has create food and water?
Ring of sustenance.
You can always use
Or a ring of sustenance. Or you can eat things he conjures. I don't know.
No, you could
I
easily
mean,
just
where would he
teleport.
put his, feces? How large is it down there?
It's the Underdark.
Surely
It's the Underdark.
Man, something fierce.
It's the size of the Underdark.
Can I
And,
Yeah,
and
that's
maybe
fair.
maybe he escaped. Maybe he's just gone. And
teleportation circle?
the older one kind of they want to march down there to face whatever's in there. It's their problem to deal with, not ours. All we have to do is maintain this guard. Fingers crossed. All right, and yeah, it's a pretty nondescript door. All things considered, kind of like any basement door. You know, it's not like a grand double door affair. It's just
Real quick. So this is a tower, right?
yes.
As we're going about, heading towards the basement, is there any way from where we are at and where we're going to tell if anything shenanigans are going on upstairs?
You're not. I don't think you'd be led by the stairs. This first floor, at the very least, is kind of just a labyrinth of books. You're not sure how higher floors would be organized. If you want to try to find the stairs and go up, you certainly can, but there's no way of telling.
I would ask, are you sure all the nefarious activity is happening in the basement? Nothing is going on upstairs through distraction. Through this distraction.
The door has been sealed ever since ever since Luca came through. So if anything did get through, we would have known, and maybe dealt with that. But nope, it's the only
I looked at
entrance
Vulcan
aside
on that.
from.
Would they have?
Hmm?
I looked at Vulcan at that and say, would they have known?
Would they have known what?
If anything got past.
It's possible that the Underdark spreads out to a different area. They could have escaped another way, which is why I'm saying we should move quickly.
Not sure we're on the same page. You get what I'm getting at?
I don't think I do. Sorry.
I forgot.
Did anybody ask?
Sivas is wondering if anything made it past them or used this as a distraction to go do something upstairs.
It is very possible. However, if they had been recovering Thessalonian artifacts from the Underdark, that is where Luca would be.
Very well.
We could check upstairs if we'd like to, but I'm going to take the most obvious path of this.
Have these bodies been reposed? Whatever the plural of that version word is. Spell it.
Don't know.
I'm asking the character.
Sorry, I was busy typing out some things.
Okay.
What were you saying?
Sivas would ask about the bodies. Have they been properly reposed so that they do not raise as undead?
That's not a thing that happens in general.
No, but Sivas would convey that he feels some sense of undeath nearby. Concern.
I mean, if you want to tend to them, then certainly.
It will take time.
I mean, we did what we could.
I will warn Vulcan.
Understood.
It'll be 10 minutes per corpse if y'all are willing to wait.
The faster you get to stun, the better.
I'll get started. How many corpses?
Oh, there's at least a dozen.
Oh dear.
I cannot wait that long, I'm sorry.
Alright, Alright.
You'll have to do this on the way back.
Yeah, the blockade of mages, all kind of, and it's a fucking, given the carnage you've seen on the way over here, the idea that some overturned tables and chairs are gonna do shit is kind of sadly hilarious. But all the same, and you can tell that although they're not all fucking as terrified as Dine is, that there's definitely some of that fatigued kind of tension, like imagine trench warfare, World War I style, where it's kind of like you can't remain vigilant for that long before eventually you're just irritable.
Is it a bit like the Russian dude sitting while artillery's landing all around and just smoking a cigarette, explaining what's going on?
They're not that jaded. This isn't Russia, sadly. Russian D&D, just fucking. Hey, that must be a horrible experience.
Or fun.
Everything has cold resistance.
Hey, be careful, it's
It's
hot.
cold.
Yeah, I'll be right back. One of the cats brought in a rabbit.
Holy shit, dude.
Give that cat a cookie.
No, it happens a lot.
That's dinner, dude.
I mean,
Yes,
most
it's a
rabbits
lot,
are the
but-
size of cats, so I mean.
Yeah, I was traumatized as a kid because my cat brought in a squirrel and the squirrel was not dead, and then the squirrel was dead a week later after a week of being sad.
If you want, why don't we just take a break here so he can take care of his cat? And
Yep. And that rabbit. Take care of the rabbit. Jesus Christ.
That's his new pet.
There's one way of taking care of the rabbit.
Yeah, because you think the cat's all cute and cuddly, and you're like, "Oh, I love my cat. My cat's so adorable." And then
Holy
the second
shit.
you see it, murder something cute and cuddly, and you're like, "This cat is covered in blood now."
You want an awesome education? Subscribe to the subreddit Nature is Metal.
I mean, no, I fucking know about that subreddit. I don't want to see that subreddit. That subreddit's full of things that keep me awake. I don't need to see a zebra trying desperately to flee while its intestines are caught in a twig.
Wait, have you seen? Hang on, I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm gonna go find it. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not terrible.
Hey,
Look at what.
Sandy. Is he even here?
I think he went to take a break.
Fucker. Sorry.
Why the anger?
I'm not even angry. I'm just, fucking messing around. Not even mad.
You are so close to being a classic tsundere.
What?
You're like
You mean Sundare?
Tsundere or whatever.
Tsundere?
He's like, we're all mispronouncing it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, because sometimes you have to make exceptions in order to be a fucking person. No one says tsundere because we're not from Japan.
The actual way to say it is like tsundere. Yeah,
I know, but
it sounds dumb in English. Okay, that's you.
I'm not a tsundere.
Of course, that's what you would say. That's what any tsundere would say.
I mean, most of the time.
Like I want to be one or not, Baka.
I mean, most of the time in real life, I just, afraid to talk to anybody. And, there was even this one time, because I go to this gas station a lot. I said, oh, wow, he came to my station, usually so scared. I said, oh, yeah, I just want give me my fucking stuff. Please.
Visibly delight in one another's company.
Conversation.
I found it, like, you have to watch this. Please, please, please. Let me play this music.
Again, they visibly delight in one another's company.
Okay, that's pretty hilarious.
Oh, it's shorter than I remember. It went on for 30 seconds last time. I saw it.
Hey, Blank.
What's up?
God's sakes.
No, I saw that, and then you deleted it last time.
Yeah, because I was actually meant for Sandman. It actually went to you on accident. It went to you on accident.
No, it went to me on purpose.
Yeah. And you laughed at it. I thought, oh, I guess I made something funny, I guess. What?
It's just like, oh, I thought you liked it, but fuck me, whatever. the level of self-depreciation you're capable of is, again, sadly hilarious.
Oh.
I like to call it
sad Larry.
Okay. I don't know what to say to that, but okay.
Exactly.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta look at the ugly truth of life and laugh.
Here, I got something better. It's even better.
What's funny is we just posted a hippo video, and I'm now heading towards a quest that says "Hungry, Hungry Hydras."
Yeah, but sometimes, Ash, your humor is so self-depreciating that I don't know what to do, because if I laugh at it, then I feel like an asshole, and if I don't say anything, then I still feel like an asshole.
You go for the double blind.
It's okay. I think the only people who I can tell by their self-deprecation jokes. Because I don't have any friends in real life.
See, there you go again. What do I say to that? I'm sure you have more friends. Well, no,
that's
because
when you
I don't
make
know
a
you.
segue joke
or
to what was that song? Yeah, the Queen song. Is this a real life?
Is it
All
just
right,
fancy?
and I'm back.
They completely sidetracked the conversation.
I was caught in a landslide. Oh, escape from reality.
There's no escape from this reality.
Unrelated, but I'm looking at Imager and just some stuff. So that new Cats trailer is apparently still solidly in the uncanny valley. And someone posted a thing
so
about
many
the
people
Sonic.
talking about it. Like, what is this?
Oh,
Alright, here's a live
Basically-
reaction of me. Of this.
holy what the fuck is this?
Okay, oh
Basically,
dear God. Oh dear God. I don't want to click it now.
This is so weird.
I mean, is this going to turn into an I'm sorry, John? Because I already hate Sandman for that.
I'm sorry, John.
Oh, I thought that
Well,
said
it's-
uploaded ruined.jpg, but it was something else. Let me watch this cat trailer before I have any more
Why
of these
did they
crap
make
toys in
him
my
as
mouth.
fucking furries, dude?
yeah, the best thing I've seen is, hey, so I have a question for VXF artists. What the fuck is going on? And it's got a picture of like Genie from the Aladdin remake and Sonic the Hedgehog from the Sonic trailer, and these cats people.
This is
Well,
a weird
there's-
year for CGI.
Speaking of good YouTubers to watch, you need to subscribe to Corridor Digital. They're doing a VFX artist reacts to all sorts of CGI, and they actually fix some of them. Like, they actually managed to somewhat fix the scorpion scene from that Mummy movie.
Right, Scorpion King.
Yeah, what was it, Scorpion King?
That was the name of the movie.
Okay.
Hey, Blank.
What's
There's
up?
several of those.
Oh shit! Apparently there's some stuff out. Hang on. Apparently there's some stuff out for the new Star Trek Picard thing because 7 of 9 is a thing.
God.
You have strong feelings about it, I assume.
Oh my God. Is this real?
What? The picture?
Is this trailer I'm watching? Tell me this is a joke. Like somebody Google.
If you're talking about cats, then no, it's not a joke.
Tell me somebody like Google bombed.
I am so glad that I've not watched a Cats trailer. Like, I've seen
It is
Sonic-
so much worse than I imagined.
I haven't
Here's a-
seen it
here's a
either. I
better
just
plan.
saw the pictures from it.
Here's a better play. Why couldn't they just animate it? Like really? The live action it?
Why
Like,
give the furries a
I'm back.
bone?
Hey Sandman, you missed a lot of me. Missed a lot of me doing some self-deprecation jokes.
Cool. What did I hear us talking about cats?
The movie Cats.
Yeah, somebody said furries.
I said furries.
This comes so close to ruining cats forever for me.
I'll be honest. That was definitely not made by a furry. Because if it was a furry artist, it would have been done right at the very.
I don't think that was a furry thing. This is like a pull straight from the movie. I thought it was a joke.
I mean, I gotta say,
No.
part of me
Now
agrees with
girlfriend.
Sandman.
Yeah, my girlfriend pointed this out because my dumbass didn't realize at the time, and I felt stupid afterwards. Now, the Broadway show Cats has the actors, dressed up as cats, and they make them look, convincingly like cats. Here's the thing: the play is about literal fucking cats. So why didn't they just do the CGI and make them fucking cats?
His Lion King came out earlier this year.
And they could have profited off the success that Lion King is not gonna.
I have a bigger question. Why is this not rated? Like, what's the one above R?
NC-17.
Yeah, that's a lot of naked pussy.
They don't even have genitalia. My favorite thing that I've seen so far was,
Some
first
of
of
them
all,
have
on
breasts.
behalf the three that I like was on behalf of the furry community. This was never done by a furry artist. I can guarantee you that. On behalf of the theater community, fucking no one asked for this. And last but not least, the guy tweeted the account, and the only thing that he tweeted was a picture of how many mammary glands a cat is supposed to have.
Oh God, no!
And then all he writes is,
Yeah, where are the cat nipples?
six titties on each female cat, please.
Oh Jesus.
Males too. They're just not, as prominent.
God, they should just. Why couldn't they just animate it? For God's sakes. Like,
At this point, I kind of do want the "I'm Sorry, John" movie. Can I take it back?
Okay,
I wouldn't mind there being that kind of movie.
but are we all back? Because I want to get off the
mean,
subject
I
of
didn't
how
think
many
there was
cats.
something I hated worse than a musical, and I found it.
I'm ready.
Bloody hell, I found it. I'm ruined. The night's ruined.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. Right. So, you guys are led essentially after some exploring and whatnot, to the unremarkable really plain-looking door that apparently leads down some stairs to the research levels. The mages have no issue with you marching to your deaths, and if you come back, then that's great, and if you don't, well, then nothing changes for them. The door is locked behind you.
Before that, I was going to ask them.
Is there any boons that you can cast on?
You know what? Ones that last that long? Probably not, but let me check. See what kind of spells I have. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta look up some spells.
Sure.
I don't suppose I could get a quick question in with Dine? Like,
sure, go for it.
Secretly. Like, I'll be like, hey, psst, hey, can you tell me the title of these 2 books? And I will, like, kind of pull out the 2 Thessalonian books that I'd swiped from, what's his name? The Artificer.
Artificer?
Jesus Christ, that was long ago enough that I don't remember what titles I gave them.
No, they were just 2 Thessalonian books and 1 flip book of straight up porn.
Yep.
So I don't think they ever had titles unless you actually gave them.
I like that it's officially straight up porn. Not porn. Straight up porn. It's part of the title now. Just because it was back in the good old days didn't mean they didn't have needs anyway. So both of them are related to ancient methods of arcane kind of golem crafting, and it's both of them are relevant, I should say, to the field of tinkering and artificer type craft. Artificer. I keep doing that. So yeah, none of them are terribly valuable, but the titles are essentially going to be, like theories in golem crafting and, arcane infusion in material.
All right,
go with that.
Thanks. I just wanted to know. And I'll slip them back into my secret pouch.
All right.
Note to self, get a secret pouch.
I'll roll a d4 to see how many spells you guys can get cast on you. 3. Okay, so Vulcan, Sivus, and it looks like since Jack looks like a frontline fighter too, we'll say Jack. You all have Stone Skin the next hour, which means that you now have resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
So would that go double for the bludgeoning?
Oh, you already have it? Because, because bludgeoning is not going to be quartered. It's going to be, you have resistance now to all physical damage, essentially.
Okay.
Doesn't help with any kind of magic damage or other elemental damage.
I believe. Unless I read that wrong.
No, it probably is. I'm just letting you know.
Thank you.
That's what you guys got. Yeah, that's about the only spell they can cast that's going to have any kind of long-term effect. Casting haste on you is only going to help for like the next 8 seconds, and then it's gone.
1 minute.
I know that, but
we
for
could run down there
combat,
pretty fast.
just scream the entire way, hasted.
So
Full dash, 120 movement speed.
We get to the bottom of the stairs.
A monster tries to attack you and just misses, and you're like, don't care!
Sorry, after him.
Gotta go fast!
This is my speed run.
You don't know how fast I am.
Is it any percent?
Any percent.
Yay, 80%, 100%, low percent.
But yeah, so the 3 of you now have resistance to physical damage.
Cool. And there's just a door.
There is just a door.
I'm gonna
Want me to
stop.
knock on it?
I'm sure it's just open.
I'm pretty sure you can just knock on it.
How about I just open it? And I'm gonna open it.
Alright. Yeah, winding staircase that leads down.
Vulcan will stop at the top and kind of lean over to Sivas.
You pray.
If I feel the need.
I was not designed to feel fear, but I am trepidatious about going forward. How do you pray? You seem to put a lot of faith into it, and it seems to make you feel better.
Savas gonna contemplate.
Does this give you some sort of tactical advantage on the field?
That all depends on faith. I believe it does. I can't find a way to prove it. If you're looking for a spell, I can most definitely help you with that.
No.
I was just curious. Vulcan will slide the faceplate back up and head down the...
Okay, just busy giving some tokens some sight. Give me a second. Why don't I just save the tokens you ask every single session? That's because I'm lazy.
Mm.
But yes, the staircase is only a staircase for the first, like, flight, essentially, before it kind of devolves into more roughly hewn, kind of irregular stonework. The walls kind of going from polished stone to kind of just rough cave-like features. But before too long, they kind of even back out again. This area seems like it's not so much intentionally a staircase at this point, as it is kind of just like someone just burrowed down until they hit a room. But emerging once again into actual intentional designed room through kind of just a broken hole in the wall, for lack of a better description. You see the increasingly familiar Thessalonian architecture. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and move you guys.
Can I have my bug back?
You can in a second.
I bombed the bug.
Thank you.
Does anyone not have sight?
I am looking for me.
We're still missing horse.
Oh, right. I forgot about him. Thank you for reminding me.
I do not have sight.
Give me a second. You should.
I would imagine that even though I'm considered size large, I'd be more taller than I am wide.
Sorry, I had you clicked as all players see the light. You want to still be considered small? Because that's fine if you do.
No. I'm
Being
large.
medium size?
What?
I was saying, do you want to be considered large or medium?
Oh, large is fine. I just was thinking I was thinner than I am fat. Not saying Vulcan's fat.
Yeah, he is. He's wide.
He's chonky.
Yeah, but I would be tall.
Oh lord, he coming.
Like, could you make my thinner? And still be considered large?
I mean, I could. I'm just trying to keep things to square sizes,
Fair,
you know.
fair.
So like,
Rectangle.
he could look like that, but it'd be weird.
No. I was thinking the other way. I can't. Yeah.
Fucking weird Tetris piece that you are now. Alright, give me a second.
That way I'm functionally large, but distinct from Vulcan.
You want it to be large? Anyway.
That's
Yeah,
part of the deal.
so the chamber that you emerge into is bare, save for, and you can't see it because all of you are fucking crowding this entire place. There is one corpse in the side here that aided in kind of rotting a little bit. You still have friends and stuff because it lasts for an hour. Yeah, this thing is undead. Don't even need to fucking touch it to find that out.
Alright.
I'll go ahead and put it on the map. If I can.
And all I see is a tiny room.
There you go. Give me a second. Yeah, it would be considered, kind of maybe a little bit of a trap if it were the fact that you have friend sense.
Can I safely crush its head before it has a chance to do anything? I'm gonna try to.
Give me 1 second. So, well, let me go into a little bit more before you just crush its head. This looks like it might have been a a mage at one point. It still has the same kind of shreds of cloth and a robe that you would expect from. He's dressed the same manner as the ones from upstairs. You do notice that there's some weird lumps that's hidden by the robe, but not cool. Something here is not right.
Right.
You still gonna just crush his head and be done with it?
I will point out this is a heretic.
I do not think they still existed. Perhaps Brett's breach does not go as far as you think it does.
Sylvester says nothing.
Well, if it's a deadhead,
It must be purged.
First, they heretic them.
Well, if it's a deadhead like this
There's
guy,
something
then you should kill it.
odd about its structure. It may be poisonous.
Are you just gonna crush his head?
That's Sylvester just gonna crush his head.
Okay, make an attack with advantage. It's considered prone.
Yeah. Oh, it's the same as... Okay, I'll do that. Oof. Big oof.
Yeah, 10 doesn't hit. So you go to like swing down with your tail. You're not used to having it, really. So you're kind of like, hang on, let me just, and you just kind of swing. You bang your tail against the wall, kind of hurts a bit. But you manage to get your tail in the right spot. Unfortunately for you, just not with any kind of weight that lands actual damage. Can I go ahead and at this point have, because I was wondering if you're going to kill in one hit, but apparently not. Can I get you guys to roll advantage because it's going to attack him now that he failed to attack it?
Well, initiative?
I mean, only because I don't know, because it's going to attack him now because it's awake. And I figure you guys are going to want a chance to intervene.
Not with that 8.
If by intervene you mean mollywop it,
Sure.
I'll try and look cool.
Okay, yeah, Jack, you're up first.
I mean, yeah, sure, okay.
I hope that's a euphemism.
What?
Him saying shit. Great.
What about Shatter? Hang on.
I was
Oh,
joking.
you're setting.
I hope that's a euphemism is what I said.
Alright. So, just to get a consensus, everyone, we're killing this thing, right?
It is a
Right.
heretic. It must be purged.
Well, it's
You
dead. I
got
don't
it.
want it dead.
So I'm going to pull out my flame tongue. It's undead, so knowing that, I'm going to light it on fire as a bonus action. And I'm going to move in and yeah, sure. Just in case it does move, I'm going to booming blade it.
Okay. Again, with advantage, considering that it's still prone, hasn't gotten up on its turn yet.
All right. 24 all around.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. And then for the booming blade damage, an additional 3.
Hang on. So 4, 16,
28.
Cool. Can I get everyone in the room to make a dexterity saving throw?
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
So as Jack sees the tail swipe miss, he sees this weirdly misshapen thing kind of crawl up and begin trying to stab at Cybus's large form with its 6 bladed arms. He kind of quickly interposes himself between the two of them, lights up his rapier, and thrusts it deftly into the center mass of this thing. And for a second, you see it kind of gurgle before the flame from your sword seems to kind of radiate like as through unseen lines of gasoline. The entire thing glows like a bomb before it promptly explodes into a fireball. So Hang on. I'll roll for Gray. God damn. Do.
And Horace would need to roll as well.
Oh right. Yeah, I'll shove him in here somehow.
And now that I'm thinner,
That's true.
you can all die
Um,
together.
One create room.
One last second.
Also, would this be an effect that would force me to move or attempt to?
I mean, I don't see why it would force you to move. Yeah, like why would it force you to move?
And it's an explosion.
No.
Okay, so Gray doesn't make his save, Vulcan doesn't make his save.
No, Vulcan makes it. Danny fails. Or, what the fuck, man?
10.
Okay, give me 1 second while because I'm just gonna roll from his sheet and see what I get. Do. Oh, for the love of honestly. Hang on 1 second, I don't have it on my
For
sheet.
the love of honesty.
So 27 damage, halved if you made your save. DC was 14.
14, so what is half of 27?
You can ignore the DC 18 part of that because it wasn't a legitimate fireball.
So, what would that be, like 13 damage?
14.
14 damage.
half.
So it takes 7.
Wait. Oh, you're resistant to fire?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, as you guys immediately kill this thing, fireball sweeps through the room, blows the door off its hinges, by the way, because it's right there.
Moves the door.
But yeah, anyone who makes their saves, good for you. But all of you beginning to realize this might not be as easy as raffle stomp things. From down the hall, you hear
fucking ow.
down the hall. You hear kind of like a
How indeed.
from down the hall. You hear kind of that low sound of things stirring in the darkness.
Move.
I'm gonna ask Tintoria and Infernal, aren't you resistant to fire too?
Maybe, but it still hurts.
Yeah, it did. A little.
Keep in mind that anyone who is large and squeezing here moves at half speed.
Vulcan's gonna grab Captain Jack and say, "Move, please."
Sure. And are these
Not that
doors
way.
to my... What?
He was trying to pull you behind him, not pushing you forward.
Yeah, doors to the north and south.
But you can. It's fine. I was just afraid of something running down the hallway at you.
Don't worry about it. I'll peek door number 1 to the north. That's all right. You want me to... Whoa! I'm glad I'm peeking it. Did you want me to roll stealth?
There was a fireball that just happened. Stealth is no longer on the table.
No, to the door.
I mean, yeah, but
There's
stealth is no longer on the table.
I mean,
there was a fireball just now. Regardless of how stealthily you're opening this door, the fact that there are people really, really close is no longer a secret.
That's fair.
be seen is the thing.
But yes, opening this door, I should say peeking. Peeking this door, you see, I don't remember how to pronounce these things, Glabrazus? Glabrazer? Thingies? Hang on. I made this map
Glabrazu.
last week, and I don't have any of my sheets up.
Remember, blank. Shift, double left click on the token. It'll open up the sheet.
Shift, double left click, hang on. Neat, thank you for telling me.
You're welcome.
That is actually useful.
But yes, so seeing this Glabrezu in this room, as soon as you peek the door, regardless of how stealthy you are, like I said, it knows whether you're here. You see it throw itself at the door with all of its might before, and as you kind of like flinch away, slamming into an invisible wall and just raging at it for a while.
Oh shit. As I see it like coming at me, very much so close the door and back up.
Okay, I'll redraw that door in a second.
Yep. There are large creatures here. Look like they're little bit restrained, but not necessarily meaning they can't break out or attack. Because, whew, I tell you what, thing looks like it's about to rip my goddamn head off again. I mean,
Just be careful.
yes. Tread lightly, everybody.
Gotta go hunting rabbits.
I guess shall we continue? Yeah.
Proceed.
I'm gonna cock
All right.
my big gun.
Let's peek the door to the south.
Keep a little space between us.
Give me 1 second. Right, so this area seems to be... Well, go ahead and roll a perception check. No immediate threat that you can see.
22.
22. It seems like this area is kind of like either a medical bay, like an infirmary, but like ancient infirmary. Like it's not stocked with modern equipment or tools in any way. Is covered in some blood. Seems pretty fresh. But aside from that, no immediate threat. So what you have essentially is kind of like 2 beds, 2 chests, and a kind of a wash basin, which is long since dried out.
All right. I will close the door again. Basically, back up just enough, and be like, I think there's a medical bay to the south here. Pretty empty. A couple blood stains, look relatively fresh. 2 chests that I can't see in. What do you think? You want me to check the chests?
Here for our return pass.
Dad, it's the shard we're looking for.
If you think you can get safely in and out, be my guest, but we can't just hit it on our return trip.
That's fair. But because it's the medical bay, if they have healing supplies, it might be beneficial, considering we all just took a fireball to the face.
Go for it, but be careful.
All right, will do. So yeah, I will open the door back up and be like, I'll be right back. But yeah, I'll tread lightly. Checking for traps, obviously. And eeny, meeny, miny, let's go with this one.
Okay. Both are locked.
That shouldn't be a problem. Thieves' tools?
Go for it.
Yep. First. It's going to be a 19.
19's enough. Not a magical lock, as you kind of tinker around. Super old design, but locks are locks are locks. And you've encountered plenty of old ones. A few deft
classic.
twists and a few attempts. You managed to pop the thing off. And you do actually find I never know what to call these potions, but a 4d4 plus 4 potion.
Ooh. Greater.
There you go.
A greater healing potion?
And amidst a bunch of other stuff, a lot more mundane means of checks. Now that you're looking in this thing, and it's a collection of two types of item essentially. This is definitely not so much a medical room as, well, go ahead and roll medicine for me. Just curiosity.
Sure. 9.
9. There are a lot of tools in here that aren't used for medicine. What does that mean? You don't really know, but it might be a torture room or some specific
I come
kind
from
of...
a more natural healing room or background.
Doesn't
Druidic
seem Doesn't seem like a nice
So-
place. But either way, either to make sure that the subject didn't expire, or for whatever reason they do have some level of medicine. Can you check the other one?
Yes, I will. But very first, because I'm not unknown to oh goodness, what's it? Mimics being a thing and pretty traditional. What side is the chain going around it?
Go ahead and roll investigation.
You got it. 17.
Doesn't seem to be a mimic.
All right. So I'm gonna thieves' tools now, or I guess I'll first try and open it. Is it locked?
Yeah, they were both locked.
All right, then. 20.
Okay. With a 20, you find a pretty well-maintained cloak. What it does exactly, you don't know.
All right. Well, I'll
I-
take it anyways.
I will say it's magic, if only because it's nice enough that magic items don't deteriorate at the same rate, or indeed at all. And the other clothes in here have long since kind of become moth-eaten or decayed in some way. But yeah, that's all you find.
All right. Quick question: are magical tools that aren't worn, having those on you, do those count as magic items?
Yeah. Or
All right.
if they have a passive effect, they count as magic items.
Okay.
That's
I
what
wasn't
it
sure if
So
yeah.
so
I
no,
wasn't
in
sure
this
if
case.
the wand of what is it? The wand of disguise person was counting against me.
No, it's not a passive effect. You have to activate it. So doesn't count against you.
All right. Figured I'd ask. So yeah, I will take the cloak as well.
Okay.
And then I will quickly zoom back out, shutting the door behind me, of course, because I'm not a savage. That's gonna be a thing now.
Hey, it's important then.
Yeah. All right. I found one big boy potion. Who here got hurt the most?
Everybody kind of just looks around.
Yeah.
I think 10.
I mean, that hurt. I'll survive.
Well,
I'll take it.
here. All right. Here you go.
Thank you.
I was going to say, I know it's kind of dangerous to, push on ahead, so I was wondering if I could, lend Jasper to, do some scouting of the head.
Sure. Go for it. But also, can anyone tell me what this is? And I will, drop the cloak from, one hand so that it hangs down.
I can look at it.
It looks fancy.
Well, you gotta use the bug. I'll do the identifying. So, spend 10 minutes scouting with the bug so I can ritual cast.
Okay.
Just
We
for
are still in
clarity,
initiative, right?
I did give the greater healing
Oh,
potion to
okay.
10.
Okay.
Just to clarify, I did give the potion to 10, or is it someone else who took it?
Tentoria.
All right, just wanted to
I'll
make sure.
admit, I only made you guys roll initiative so I could trick you guys into thinking that you could totally just attack this thing.
Stereotypical DM move, man.
I love that I put just one random ass zombie in there. They don't think anything.
I forgot I don't have sight on Jasper. Shit.
I thought it was gonna be one of those, I smashed its head in, and then 30 more prowl out from the walls. I wasn't thinking it was gonna explode. You got me.
Blank.
What's up?
I'm gonna scout ahead with Jasper while...
I mean, I'm watching. That's fine.
I know,
Yeah, she doesn't
but
have sight.
I don't have
Oh, give me a
sight.
second. I'll fix that then. Oh, no wonder I still have fucking this thing set. Let me get rid of that. And there you go.
Thank you. Alright, so I'm gonna scout ahead.
Okay.
Alright. Taking it nice and easy, taking it to the shadows and shit.
Can I get you to go ahead and roll stealth for Jasper here?
Jasper, okay. 1 second for stealth. For fuck's sakes. Not great, but not terrible.
Okay. I mean, he is just a bug, so your stealth is obviously going to be like way higher than because a 12 for Jasper is very different from like a 12 for Vulcan.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, scurrying along on the ceiling, see a couple more doors. One to the south here, one to the north up here.
What type of bug?
Kind of just one long hallway.
Can I go into one of these rooms?
What type of bug is?
It's a little metallic golden scarab.
Beetle.
Based off a beetle.
Ish.
My mom
yes.
wants me to get a piece of cake, but I want to look into one of these rooms.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to this room that's close to me.
Okay, so you're gonna go under the door here.
Yeah. I
Well,
still can't
stop
see what's
trying to
inside.
move.
Sorry. Oh, what is this?
Okay, so heading into this room, you see what looks to be a miniature kind of scale model of the solar system. With Galarian being at the center, you know, sun as a. It's not to scale, obviously, or else the sun would be, you know, in a separate continent. But, yeah, it looks very well crafted. Some machinery, kind of like seemingly to adjust the what do I want to call it? To adjust the model. It kind of in the corner over there. Go ahead and roll perception for him.
Okay. Perception?
You're using
right
him.
thing?
You're within distance, so you use your perception.
Am I supposed to use my perception, not the bugs?
If you're
You are
if you're
directly
within-
controlling him because you're within 100 feet.
Oh, so I
yeah,
use my
if you're
bugs, so I
directly
use my
if you're
own
directly
perception.
controlling him, then you use yours.
Okay, sorry. Can I use the other one?
I mean, sure, why not? So tell you what, I'll even do you better. I'll say 17 because I'll just add the modifier that you should have had to the 14. Anyway, so yeah, you can tell that this room. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check, actually.
Oh boy. Arcana.
Welcome to DMing with Blank Mage. Roll 18 things. 10 Arcana. There's something weird about this room. You can't put your finger on it, but it's weird.
There's something weird about this room. Can't put my tongue on it.
That's not what that saying is, but okay. Let me just put my tongue on it. Anyway.
I'm going to the
Jesus
next room.
Christ. Go get cake, Dick.
Go get kicked?
You going back
Go
into
get cake, Dick.
But I want to go to the next
Go get
room.
the fucking cake, because I need to identify this thing anyway.
Okay, be right back.
Cool.
Yeah, so what was the thing?
This, and I'll admit I am stealing a homebrew item. This is a robe of amplification. Basically, this robe has 3 charges. You can spend 1 charge to amplify any spell cast while attuned to it. It is an attuned item. If the spell does damage, you can add 1d8 to the damage. If it heals, add 1d8 to the heals. If it's an area of effect, you can expand the area of effect by 10 feet. And if it's a multi-target spell, you can double the number of targets.
Okay.
Wow. So
all
it's pretty much useless to me.
Yeah.
It recharges 1d4 charges at dawn.
It has 3 charges.
You can't overcharge it to 4, but there's a
Right.
chance of you only get 1 or 2.
Can you copy and paste that in? Vulcan would kind of recommend it for Tintoria. Oh, Tintoria or Sivas. I don't know. Sivas, you want to roll for it?
I think that's fair.
Huh?
Oh, important question. Is it considered armor?
No, it's a robe. Doesn't
Would it
offer AC.
interfere with my wings?
No.
Okay, then yes, I'll roll for it.
All right. How do you want to roll it?
D100.
Okay.
That's what I have my things into.
Just imagining one Toho character who is a.
High or low? Crap.
Oh shit. Hi.
It's gonna be
Wait.
high. Of course, it's gonna be high. No one bets on rolling low, unless you're
Oh,
a
we
cleric.
never established the rule.
All right. So you take it.
Alright, we're gonna take a time to attune for it, or are we just gonna keep on pressing? Make him an empty.
I mean, we're waiting for the bug, so you might as well start.
Alright. What's it called again?
Robe of Amplification.
First magic, well, technically second. Does magical swords count? On swords?
I mean, it's magic sword,
I'm
so.
not really using this as on for. Actually, wait, would I even be wearing that anymore? This was because of the wings. I guess it could fit on my hip now. Now that I'm bigger.
I'm just imagining that the robe kind of drapes over the wings in a cool way.
Nah, man. It's a straight up, like, Ferris Bueller robe, and it's magic. So it, like, immediately grafts onto you, like, around your wings. It's like your wings pop out in the back.
Ooh. I like
But it's
that.
just, like, straight up fucking bathrobe. Not like,
Oh,
fancy robe.
or better yet,
None of you-
know how my wings currently make me look like I have a cape. It's like the robe just looks like it is, but then when I go to fly, it takes form as the wings.
I mean, none of you guys are gonna know anything that I'm linking here, but I'm thinking like that.
Very anime.
Of course it is. It's fucking Toho. It's peak anime.
Oh. Okay.
Don't worry, Blank. I get it.
Oh,
Are you
you heard about
are
the
you a
fire,
Toho
right?
fan? I forget.
I'm not a Toho fan, but I am quite familiar with it.
Didn't see you posted about the fire at all, Blink. Did you?
Sorry, what?
You heard about what happened, right? And
Oh, fucking yeah!
Johnny.
I've been
Yeah.
sad for fucking a week now.
You know they have a I'm just like, do you know they have a GoFundMe up?
Yeah, but it's not actually run by them. It's run by
It is.
another studio, and part of me is like, you're not those guys, though.
No. They came out and said that it's legit.
I mean, also I don't have a job, so I shouldn't be paying for things.
Fair enough.
Just an update. Not having a job is still the best thing. I never want to get a job. Never ever.
How did your interviews go?
They went. I thought they went pretty well, but apparently there was another one that was better.
What are we missing on?
I never want to get a job. It's so great.
I still have another $5,000. I can conceivably keep this up for another half a year.
The only
Oh,
animes
okay.
I've really put money on really is Attack on Titan, My Hero, and a handful of others, but I gave them a DVD's worth.
Blank?
But anyway,
Though they don't make any of the series I watch.
okay. What you missed, Ash, was that they identified the item into the robe of amplification, which allows you to make your 3 times a day, make your heals heal more, or your damage more, or your area of effects area more.
D3 times a day?
Well, it has 3 charges, and it recharges 1d4 a day,
Okay.
up to a max of 3.
Want to roll for that, or?
No, I mean it's
Specifically magic.
it's been here long enough. It's been here long enough that it would have gotten 3 charges.
Okay.
But yeah, so you're gonna continue your exploration.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second.
Strawberry cake.
I mean, I wish I had
What the
strawberry
fuck is
cake.
this?
Give me a second, I'll tell you.
Oh, this just look mossy and or maybe moldy. Maybe both.
You guys want me to try the Friendsense again? Is it concentration?
I think it's passive. I want to say passive. Okay.
I'll go ahead and turn it on for another hour.
So it's not actually mossy. It's kind of like viney, I guess you could say. The entire floor here is kind of covered in twisting vines.
Not any of it.
I mean, you're a bug, so you don't have to. So the ceiling seems to be kind of open to the night sky, which is impossible because, you know, you're underground and also in a city that should be, you know, you don't have a clear view of the sky. There's no way. So you can only assume that the ceiling here is magical in some way that kind of projects an image of what the sky ought to be. Also, it's not nighttime so far as you're aware.
Can I make an assumption that it's something to make the vines grow?
You can assume.
It's a
Roll to assume.
possibility. Alright, do I roll Arcana?
Go ahead.
Rolling Arcana, it is. That's the wrong character sheet. This time I got a 23.
23, nice. You don't recognize these plants. I know that's some kind of medicine check, but you know that they're not some kind of arcane thing. Or, yeah, sorry. They're not that. What you do know is that, yeah, obviously the ceiling is magically enchanted. You know that from the view, it's obviously not this sky, or else it wouldn't be nighttime, which means it's either a view of the other side of the planet, or it's permanently enchanted to just be the nighttime. Hard to really know which. Aside from that, yeah, this seems like it's some kind of greenhouse, but weirdly enough that it would be set to be a greenhouse in perpetual night. That's weird.
Any alchemical sets or anything in the room? No.
The only thing that seems to be in here is one massive tree-sized flower that is on the far side of the room. All the vines extend from it.
Does it? What color is it?
Seems like it's kind of a pale white. I mean, the vines are green, but the flower itself, the actual petals are white.
Hang on, I need to look something out to make sure it's not, you know. So, it's a flower, right?
Yep.
Have I seen it before? I mean, I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it before, but...
I'll just tell you straight up, no, you have not.
Can I roll an... actually...
Tell you straight up, there's nothing you can roll that's going to recognize it.
I know, so I'm just gonna head back, I guess. I mean, I don't know what to do in this room. I don't want to approach it, so I'm not sure it might eat me or not. So I'm gonna go to this last room and then head back.
You say last room, but there's so many more rooms.
I know, but the last room in this hallway. And this whole... okay. This looks like a pyramid.
It's actually kind of like a pedestal. Like, if you've ever been to a Catholic church, kind of imagine it like that, where it's kind of just a dais, I guess you could say.
Never been to
with a pretty simple set... dais, thank you. Wait. I don't know. There's a pretty simple set of levers at the top of it, but that's about it. The room itself, kind of... Well, I mean, obviously perfectly circular. A couple doors.
Is there any
weirdly
blood on
empty.
it?
Any blood on it? No, not that you can see.
Okay. Is there like any arcane any symbols on it?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check. Could be hard though.
Well, wrong character sheet. Keep on putting up Jasper.
25, pretty nice. Surprisingly, no arcane sigils in any part of this room. It seems like it's either not magical, or it has no identifying marks.
I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna head Jasper back and just tell everybody what I saw.
Okay.
So there's
Noted.
there's a big flower in the north. I'm not sure if it's, you know, parasitic or not. I don't know flowers.
We'll have to see.
There's yeah, I think that's the only notable thing I've seen. Maybe you guys could look at it or something, because, you know, it's me. I could have missed something.
Captain Jack, feel free to proceed.
Alright. Jack powers activate. Who wants to come along? This wacky ride.
We'll all follow shortly behind.
I can go last.
Actually, before I do, did I recognize the thing that was up top here? Or do I know
What thing?
Uh,
I don't think you've
thing in the
seen
room
one of those
here.
before.
That's fair. Did it look intelligent? By intelligent, do I mean like sense of self?
Even
Or
I don't know that.
aware?
Hang on.
Alright, that's fair. Well, look at it this way. I think language starts at int 3 or 4.
Oh, geez. These things are smart as fuck.
Oh, geez.
If it's a Glabrezu, yes, they do speak.
Well, I don't know what it is. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think I've ever encountered one in another campaign. So I don't know how.
Only one way to find out.
But if he's stuck there, I mean, we could ask directions. Hey, Vulcan. Do
Yes.
you think it's a good idea to talk to the big, possibly meanie up in this room here?
I don't see how it can hurt at this point.
Alright.
Are you gonna open the door?
Would you like me to try? Do not open the door all the way.
Yeah, I'll peek the door again.
This stuff sells itself.
Let's see. Wait, special request. Alright. And I will point in with a finger. And I will cast the spell Message. Friend or foe?
I'm wondering. Because he's been here for a very long time, and I'm wondering if the solitude would have driven him to madness. But he is a demon. Like, they're resistant to that kind of thing, right?
I don't know. Depends on the demon.
Tell you what, let's have him roll a wisdom saving throw against insanity. No, that'd be a charisma. Say DC, it's been, a couple thousand years, DC 16. He's not doing great. Alright, so... Yeah, you cast Message, and you see him kind of, stop his thrashing for a second, and kind of, hunker down, kind of like a cat about to pounce, and just... In a response, telepathic message, probably... Release me.
Friend or foe? I'll cast it again.
Does he have the joys of having NPCs you didn't know had spells?
I'm the glub go gab galum.
No, okay. Friend.
There's obviously going to be an insight there.
Go for it.
Oof.
It's telepathic. You can't really read his facial expressions. He's a goat person.
Yeah, that's fair. Once more, I'll message. Why are you here? And why are you locked up?
I was summoned to be experimented on.
Well, shit. Who summoned you?
And then the world ended.
How old are you? Sorry, that's rude of me.
I have no sense of time.
That's fair. But again, there are some pretty bad people here.
I met him.
Back out loud to like Vulcan. The guy says he's met him.
I can speak to him if you wish.
Sure.
We're kind of squeezed by a little bit.
I will actually point back at him and be like, the rest of the group has questions, and if things go all right, then friends. Yes. Maybe.
Maybe.
Vulcan pokes his head on the door. What is it?
This is a Glabrezo.
Uh-huh.
Big forearm demon. Pretty beefy.
Neat. Fucking weird looking.
You can't see it in the picture, but basically his big two beefy arms are kind of like crab pinchers. More for crushing than slicing. The other two smaller arms are human arms, which he can use to swing things or whatnot.
Okay. So I'm gonna say in Abyssal.
What is it?
Yeah, that is correct. I was like demon and devil. Demon, yeah. What'd you say? I didn't hear though.
What is it that you seek?
I seek freedom.
You met the other one that came through here.
He did not see fit to release me.
Why?
He just snaps his weird pincher claws.
Vulcan will keep staring.
Because I threaten him.
With what?
Again, weird pincher claws.
If I release you, will you go hunt him? Or will you return home?
If I'm not mistaken, demons that are killed are sent back to the abyssal plane, right?
Yep.
That was
Yeah.
the infernal plane.
Well, he's a demon, not
He's
a devil.
demon, not a devil. There is a difference.
Okay.
Demons are crazy. Devils are lawyers.
What is the fastest way to release you besides me killing you?
He's in a magic circle. You can't really tell because he's big, but pretty standard shit.
If I break containment, will you leave?
I will do my best to hunt him down. And if he kills me, so much the better.
What is your name?
I have no name.
All demons have names.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to tell you, so shut up.
Name.
Well, we have to call you something, right?
You may call me Nalmeshnafor.
Oh my god. No Festinor?
Malfesh. No, shit, I already forgot.
Now
Fashionable. Thought it was.
Oh my god, we found Malfeshnikor's brother.
Captain Jack, please back up.
What?
Please back up.
Which way?
Not the way you're currently standing.
You got it. Back the fuck up.
Everybody, please back up.
I'll be the last one to back up. The outstretched hand ready to grab Vulcan.
Okay. And I will say,
Now. I'm going to release you now. You are free to hunt this man down. However, turn against us. I can ensure that you do not go back to the abyssal plane and that you will be bound here for the rest of your day. Understood.
He kind of grunts in acknowledgement.
Vulcan is gonna partially close the door, keep his hand stuck through, and he's gonna fire to break the circle and pull it out real fast.
Okay.
and then back up.
Go ahead and roll damage. I'm gonna make you roll the hit.
Fire dispel damage.
Sorry.
Kind of cracks some sigils, but the thing itself holds. Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. So the entire thing kind of shatters. You're gonna stab out of the way.
I'm just gonna back up and allow him to pass and go through.
Okay. Let's roll some dice. We'll say on a natural 1, he goes after the party. Cool. He's chaotic. He'll do some fucking weird shit. So, let's see which direction he goes, because he has no idea which way he's going. So we're just gonna see which.
As he bursts out, does he look at me? Like
Glances
kind of
at you.
decide what he wants to do. I'm just gonna regard him, kind of pretty much the same height as him, and I'm gonna say,
Do your work.
Happy
just-
hunting, Mel.
I'm just gonna have him roll basically every door to see if he enters it or passes through it, because I don't know. He doesn't know which direction he's going, so he's gonna go randomly. So let's go with even, yes, odd, no. Even, yes. Charges in, ignores all this shit. He doesn't give a shit. Continues forward into this room. Well, this is gonna be a fight. All right. I'm gonna roll it off screen. I'm just gonna basically, because I have no idea who wins this fight. It's pretty evenly matched between the two of them, but we'll just say even he
why
wins,
not-
odd the other person wins. What's up?
Why not, what is it? Basically do it by speed. Basically take the 2 initiative for them, and then roll like 30 d20, and then go left, right, left, right, left, right between them.
Because that would take too long, and I've done this before. It didn't end
That's
well the last time. So even thing wins that I'm not going to tell you about. Odd your new friend wins. Your new friend wins, albeit badly wounded, and charges forward into the next room.
where did I hear the sounds of combat come
Oh
from?
yeah, you guys hear this like a bull bellowing, just kind of that like, as he just charges, slams through a few doors, largely avoids some other stuff into this room. You kind of hear and just like weird screaming. It's kind of hard to tell what he's fighting. It sounds vaguely humanoid, but monstrously so. And him kind of roaring out, followed by a lot of smashing, thudding, and just general, almost cartoon-like sounds of crashing.
Which room did I see him run into or hear him?
He wouldn't have closed the doors neatly behind him. I'll go ahead and get rid of these doors.
I mean, if people are moving up, Ace Ivas, don't get left behind. And
Alright, I thought we
Bray
were still-
can wait.
And for some reason, I can't.
Taking up rear guard.
For some reason, I can't seem to get rid of this door. Give me a second.
Alright, so it looks like he went south here. Looks like he skipped up north here. And he might have gone south here.
Rip when there's no eraser button. Whatever. Things should be a little bit wonky. But having beaten that dude, he's gonna continue going forward, slam through that door.
We see. We examine the room.
Yeah,
together.
we really want to know where he fought.
Oh, like I said, I removed the doors that he went through, so it's behind you guys.
Is there any remains in there?
Well, this is happening pretty quick, so give me a second. You guys,
Sure.
while the crashing is happening, and if you want to like explore that room, you can. Just know that within 2 minutes of the fight starting, it ceases, followed by another crash as he slams through another door, another crash as he slams through another door, And then silence.
At this door here.
And gotten rid of that one. Cool.
So he charged
Okay.
into this last door here and went quiet.
Sorry, I'm busy going places. No, that door's closed.
So where'd he go?
So he went the other direction. Do you not? The one that Cyrus is currently in front of is the one that has no door currently.
Oh, I see. He went straight.
So the fighting came from in here then?
Hang on.
Down here.
This thing is dead.
Nice fight.
Jesus.
It seems like it's some kind of. By the way, it seems like it's some kind of like amalgamation of some like weirdly mutated humanoid creature. You're not sure if it was ever a person that like grew to monstrous proportions, or if it was some summoned thing, but obviously rotted to the point of nigh like immobility, just decaying way faster than it should. There you go. Aside from that, this entire room. Let me make sure I got my stuff right.
For instance, on or reactivated it basically.
So basically, I know that up in this next area here, this way, is where he got quiet.
Yeah, either that way or further in.
Alright, well, I mean, as a quick check, I will, of course, check to see what the hell is in this room, and, like, the room we passed originally.
So the room you passed originally, seemed like it's, you know, like wasp nests, kind of like that papery substance, and a lot of like, honeycomb type construction.
Yeah.
Think
Made me
that.
shiver.
Think that, but not honeycomb shaped papery material so much as kind of just like weirdly non-patterned, kind of just erratically spaced mazes of papery material that kind of form this. It's still on the walls, but it's not for individual cells. It's kind of like a hedge maze pasted sideways. Bit weird. You're not really sure what the fuck's up with that.
Alright.
Aside from that, doesn't seem to be anything in here. Nothing's attacking you, and no treasure.
Yeah. There were plants in this room, from the looks of it.
No, that's the room I just described. That's all that weird papery shit.
Alright. What was above that, then?
Oh, that one? That's the one I described to Jiraxis. It's the one with the solar system and a weird set of contraptions.
Alright.
This is pretty neat, but I thought you guys be interested in it more.
We'll have to come back to it, I think.
The room with the rot troll, seems like it's got the. Hang on, I'll move him. This entire thing is kind of like a. Go ahead and make an intelligence check. This is an Arcana.
Okay. 17.
17. I mean, it's not an Arcana, but I guess it's still intelligence, isn't it?
What?
Yeah.
No, that's Arcana.
So. Yeah, but I'm saying it's an intelligence check, not an Arcana roll. But since they both use intelligence anyway, it's the same number, isn't it?
No, it's not. I'm proficient in Arcana.
Oh, okay. So
otherwise, it'd have just been a 14.
Ash, stop breathing into your mic.
Sorry!
Stop screaming into your mic.
Sorry!
Don't be sorry. Be quiet.
I can't!
But anyway.
Sorry.
You're fine. So the room in here is kind of like a miniature fabrication room. It seemed like it's not arcane in nature, but there's definitely some kind of not like fire and bellows forge that can be used to make tools. There is one half completed project that's kind of been left on the table essentially.
Can I tell what it is?
Some kind of crossbow, but it's not on a traditional design. That's all you know with what you got there.
I'll come back and take a look
Fuck
at
it.
it.
I'll take it, and take it with us.
Okay.
Can I determine
One
what it is?
unfinished weird crossbow.
Well, Vulcan is proficient in this kind of thing, so Vulcan, if you let Vulcan take a look at it, I'll tell you what he knows.
I mean, I can look at it too.
That's true.
That is also true.
Sure. I will grab it and catch up with the rest of the party because everyone seems to be exploring in different directions.
It's true, right?
Else is. Oh god.
Okay.
Yeah.
So taking it over, go ahead and roll a check there, Jaraxxus. Arcana.
Arcana. Okay.
This functioned much like your gun. It's got a trigger.
Doubt it. I don't think it shoots thunder.
24. Nice.
Well,
it's not
it does
finished.
exactly that. It shoots thunder.
It's not finished, but you get the concept. The enchantment part's already done. It just needs to be finished. It just needs to be built essentially. The tough part's already been over. Essentially, it's a homing crossbow.
All right.
Attacks made with this are +1 to damage and +2 to hit, and they ignore cover bonuses.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
want this so much.
However, you need to have sight at least partially of the target, or knowledge of what square it's in. But basically, you can use this to make shots across corners. If, for example, you wanted to make a shot around like a right degree angle, and you knew for a fact there wasn't a wall there, you could essentially just say like, I know where I want this to go. Do it.
You can see tears coming out of.
So you said that was a +1 to hit, +2 to damage, or +2 to
+2
damage?
to hit. +2 to hit, +1 to damage. Because it's a seeking crossbow.
And ignores cover?
It ignores cover.
Jaraxxus has tears in his eyes.
Dude, that's what scrubs use. Real men use 2 shurikens. They just throws the one, it ricochets off the other, and hits the target.
Fucking.
I really want.
As much as I like Star, stop it.
I really want this. I just start petting a crossbow.
Don't you have a gun?
Yeah, but it's not homing.
It's not quiet.
Imagine if I can, make these kind of things, imagine.
Why don't you reverse engineer it and make 2 of it?
I don't know how to make this enchantment.
You're an artificer, you can figure it out.
Yeah, I can figure
if
it
you
out.
were to try to make it yourself, you could probably replicate the effect, but it wouldn't be a +2 to hit. It'd be a +1 to hit and no extra damage.
So, out of character, why would you want this when it doesn't get like your thunder cannon damage?
Dismantle it and put it on my gun.
And that's not how bullets work.
That's not how that works.
Oh.
But out of character for 2 reasons. One, she could use it to actually be quiet because she doesn't really have any quiet weapons except one thing. 2, she could always dismantle it, get the enchantment, and put it on.
I'm imagining the Helsing character, or Van Winkle.
I have a quiet gun.
Just the magic bullet that shoots 18 quadrillion times.
Yeah.
I also do have a quiet weapon.
And then someone shoves the gun squarely through Jaraxxus.
So, another question. Are you proficient with crossbows?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Talking away from you.
Yeah, sorry, my head is down. I'm super dizzy and super tired all at once.
Figured I'd ask.
But
you know what? We can disperse loot later. It doesn't matter right now.
You want it?
But
can I?
I don't
see
need it.
after?
Sure.
I mean, do you need to? I mean, can you use it tactically right now?
No, it's not even finished.
If I need to shoot something, or if I need to hit something from a range, I'm gonna run up at it. Who the fuck needs a crossbow?
I can keep it and see if I can finish it.
Okay, it'll take some time and probably like some outside tools. It's not gonna be a field repair, but yeah, you could probably do it.
Sweet.
So what directions everyone want to go?
don't
Let's
know where everyone else
follow
is.
where the guy disappeared to.
Savas might take a more front approach
What am
since
I
he's got the
gonna
friend
miss?
vision.
Where do you keep going there?
Right here. This spot right here. Right here.
Where's there?
Oh, alright. So, we're down here. There's a hallway that we're just going past. Nope.
I'd say
Up.
that as you get closer, Cyrus, you get a weird blip on your friend sense. It's not undead, but it's not alive.
Where's everyone?
Yeah, back here.
Follow the sound of my voice.
Nope.
Yep, you walk right past it.
Stop right here. Move up.
Wow. I would halt when I felt the weird thing.
Yeah, it's definitely close. The fact that it's a weird blip means that you're not really exactly sure what's up, but you're not liking the feel of this room that you're looking at.
Danger ahead.
We still need to proceed.
Alright. Savas is going to cast Protection of Good and Evil on himself. And take a step.
Okay.
Check for traps first.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't call it, so I didn't think about it.
Ah!
Well, the door is open, so there's no checking for traps there.
I mean, that's fair, but also
if-
we had a big boy who literally just disappeared, so I think there's a trap.
This is the altar I was
Alright,
telling you guys about.
when he says that, because I'm saying he sees me take a step forward, I'll start looking around a little bit more carefully.
Okay. So you step through. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Not bad.
Also, you're gonna like explore because there's like a weird lever on top of like a pedestal thing. You could like try to avoid it, or you could go and explore it. I don't want to like put words in your mouth. And be like, "Sir, you're gonna walk into this room, huh?"
I would see that opening a little bit and be more curious about it. And hopefully, hopefully nobody would be stupid enough to know. Huh, lever! Wonder what this does.
All right. So with a 15,
18.
perfectly spherical room. The only thing in here is each one of these steps is only like 1 foot up, so the thing itself is only like 3 feet off the ground,
You know
leading to, like I said, kind of a lever.
I'm gonna look up.
Yeah. There's
Does
a ceiling
it look like
about
the
10 feet up.
machine that we had in the giant lady?
What?
The scrying machine.
That's done.
There's
No. Not even close to that.
I figured there were steps. Last time we took damage walking across them. So yeah, just checking for Okay.
Checking for familiarity.
Sorry, what was that?
Nothing. So nothing else in this room.
Not that you can
Just a
see.
Lever on top of a pedestal.
Yep. And there is a door to the north that you guys know leads to the hallway, and there is a door to the south which is currently open.
Anything in it?
Okay, it could be.
Cool. As soon as 2 of you walk in,
I'm walking in. I'm taking a peek.
No,
No,
he's
no.
talking about into the chamber. Period.
into the chamber,
I was
a
already
voice
past the threshold.
from the center pedestal, which there's no one on it, but a voice from the central pedestal kind of goes, "Good enough," and the lever is going to flip.
Ah!
Okay.
And for instance,
So a lot of things are going to happen now.
Okay.
First up, can I get Vulcan and Cybus to make dexterity saving throws?
is this a thing that I would attempt to move?
Yes, it would attempt to move you. Why? What does that mean? Also, this music's gonna be way
advantage
too relaxing for what's about to happen.
Fixing.
Okay, you got it.
Yep.
Let's see.
But yeah, what is the moving you effect?
Like it.
Also, now that you're in a larger area, let's go ahead and make you guys big again. Yes, you have advantage. So that's a 14. Okay, that means, yeah, Vulcan saved, Cybus, you still failed, though.
Alright.
So, that means that you are going to take 2d6 damage. It's going to be... Wow. Oh, that's supposed to be 2. Hang on. Wow, okay, 4 damage.
What type of damage?
Sorry?
What type of damage?
What kind of damage?
What kind of damage? I was like, 1 point of damage. Jeez, you're right. It is, I guess, crushing damage, which I guess is bludgeoning. So it is non-magical, though. That's important. So you take half damage, so it's 2.
It's not halved again because of my already resistant to bludgeoning?
Not halved again.
Okay.
So what exactly is happening?
So, right, the ones outside of this room, the door doesn't slam shut. There is no door, but it's kind of like a wall just slides into where this door just was. You two are kind of thrown back into the wall by an unseen force. Yeah, and you are kind of held there by like an invisible hand, essentially. The ones still outside the door just see kind of this occasional flashes of the interior of the chamber, but that's it. Let's go ahead.
Spinning.
I mean, from your perspective, the room is featureless, so you have no way of knowing that. But yes, the entire thing is a UFO fucking fair ride that can reach lethal crushing speeds.
So even with my dexterity save, I still got thrown against the wall.
You still got thrown against the wall. It was whether or not you took damage, essentially, and it was minimal damage anyway, so never mind. But either way, because you guys didn't like start from close to the center of the chamber. But let's go ahead and roll initiative. I don't know if anyone outside of the room is going to do anything because how are you going to get in there? But
I know the way around.
It's going to be the same situation on the other side.
Give me a second. Cool.
Oh, fuck you.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I stepped away for a second. Why are we rolling initiative?
Because 2 people walked into the room, and then the doors immediately kind of slid shut, trapping them into the chamber. You're still on the outside. But this thing is closed. Let me go ahead and draw a thing.
I know another way in.
No, you don't. It's the same story on the other side.
But it's not that the door closed. It's kind of just that a wall has rotated into place where the door was, and every fraction of a second it flashes into view again before another wall rotates into place. So you get the feeling that this chamber is spinning at a very fast pace, and that kind of getting yourself in there is risking getting crushed between the rotating wall and the door frame.
Roll Juraxis.
Oh, Jesus.
That being said, everyone's rolling low.
Again, so wait, why are we rolling initiative? What are we fighting?
You don't know.
Luca. Whoever threw the lever in the center of the chip.
That's fair.
Okay, so let's go ahead and sort. So Jack, you're first up. Like I said, there is a way into the chamber, but the opening is flashing into and out of view so fast that it would be very difficult to get in there quickly. If anyone can do it, it's you. Just know that failing is going to hurt.
Yeah, so about that.
What about
fast is fast?
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of like a reflex game where you have to wait until there is a gap to throw yourself into. And if your timing is even a little bit off, then, you know, your tail's going to get fucking sliced off by a rotating door.
Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a crowbar and shove it in. Is it
Good to know.
spinning with enough force to like snap straight up steel?
It's an entire room. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna roll a d12, and we'll say on
Because I
a.
have so much useless junk, I can just do this for days.
He just made a missile.
He sticks the crowbar in, accidentally kills Luke as it rebounds off the edge. Fucking
Okay.
impales the skull.
So you wait for a moment, jam a crowbar in, and with a resounding snap, the crowbar is just broken in half. The entire thing just like yanks your arm like really fucking hard, from the sudden jerk of it being pinched that hard. Yeah, snaps the crowbar in half. Not that easy to stop this thing.
Yeah, everyone, be really fucking careful. Now, shall we?
Jax, what are you gonna do?
Wait, do I actually see Luca?
I don't know.
You don't see anyone in there, no.
Spinning right
All right.
around.
Well, at the very least, I'm gonna pull my sword out and bonus action light it on fire.
All right.
I mean, I don't know how to stop it.
I mean, you can always just pass turn.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna hold my action. See what happens.
Okay. Vulcan, you're first up. You are pinned to the wall by centrifugal force, or centrifugal, whichever one. You're not sure what to do. Maybe if you can reach the center thing and hit the lever, then it'll stop. But you're gonna have to make an athletics check to resist the force of gravity.
Sure.
I mean, if anyone can do it.
First, I'm gonna say
It's been a while since I've heard your.
and I'll make an athletics check. 18.
Yeah, that'll do it. So you managed to get,
I'm just gonna step off the wall and walk like it's not bothering me.
and you hit a wall of force that is erected around the central pedestal.
So Vulcan is gonna keep the sword on his back, but he's gonna pull the hammer, and he's gonna wind up to swing it at the barrier, spin, and then slam it into the wall instead.
This is gonna be interesting.
I'm not targeting the opening or anything. I'm just hitting the wall.
So you're hitting the wall on the outside of the chamber, right?
Yeah, like the chamber wall itself.
Squeeze.
Well,
and
that
break.
should. Yeah, if you penetrate the outer wall, then you could theoretically just form a kind of handbrake out of axe.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll an attack and damage.
Theoretically,
Sure.
if he causes a protrusion on the outer of the wall, it will naturally start to slow down.
I mean, yes,
18
but that's only.
bludgeoning. I am a siege machine, so that's doubled.
Is that a magic item?
The hammer itself is magical, yes.
Okay, so it resists breakage.
Yeah, it's gonna resist breakage. Like you could say, it eventually starts to bend or whatever if you want to, but like, keep in mind that is doubled because I have the siege.
Hang on. All right, so seeing that there is a wall of force, you just kind of allow yourself to get dragged back to the wall, and using that same momentum, getting the hammer out and just smashing it Gallagher style into the side of seemingly this totally normal wall. And as soon as it breaks the outer shell, you hear this screaming of stone. You guys on the outside hear this sound, and then after a second, the head of a stone hammer flashes through the air like about 2 feet from Jack's face. But yes, you have slowed it to the point where it's still spinning, but it's like dragging to an extent where it's not in danger of crushing either of you. However, that axe is not leaving that wall.
That's fine. It's a big old fucking hammer anyway.
Yeah, you just put the brakes on the whole fucking operation.
So it's not spinning anymore, right?
It is, but it's not spinning at a dangerous degree.
Okay.
At the same time means that you guys trying to get in now have a much better chance of actually doing so. It's still going to be a reflex check.
I'm sorry, Blank, but I'm gonna cheese this.
Okay, you can cheese it.
I'm gonna turn back to the wall of force and say,
Last time I saw you, you had friends. This time I brought my own.
All right, he'll drop the invisibility. Give me a second. Oh, of course I got the wrong fucking thing selected. Hang on. Same description as before. Kind of a normal-ish but serious-looking, pale kind of guy. Getting a better look at him, you could tell that he looks malnourished. He looks kind of unhealthy, just in general. Like imagine a homeless person, but with unspeakable confidence in himself, and in a pretty tattered kind of mage cloak. But yeah, has a pretty nerd looking staff. Kind of just looks at you through this invisible barrier, and oh, trust me, I've brought plenty of friends.
You're not looking so well, Luca. Did I rupture your digestive system?
I get by. Thank you very much for asking.
You could drop that barrier and we could pick up where we left off.
Well, this is a dilemma. If I drop the barrier, you kill me, and if I don't drop the barrier, I can't kill you. All the same, I think I can just... And he'll kind of just fall backwards into a purple doorway.
actually, let me check something real quick.
Does Counterspell work through a wall of force?
It sure does, because you always got to be able to see it. So Tentoria is going to counterspell.
Can Tentoria see through the flashing wall occasionally? Because I'm not sure she can.
I don't know. You tell me. I'll make a perception check for it.
I'll say 1 in 6 chance of it working, because generally speaking, there's more wall than there is door.
So basically, roll a 6.
On a natural 6, she'll be able to cast Counterspell.
So wait, what is she trying to counterspell?
She's trying to counterspell him casting Dimension Door.
Ah, all right.
But yeah, she doesn't see it happen because he does it quick enough that she's not seeing it visible.
Gotcha.
And yeah, he just bamps out. Short encounter, but you stopped the spinning, so.
Vulcan's gonna look like the spinning has stopped completely.
Yeah, at this point, since he left, you can easily just reach the lever and untoggle
Okay,
it.
so the wall of force is gone.
Yes, he leaves. It leaves with him.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop it now and take my hammer out of the wall.
Oh.
What?
I was just gonna mage hand the lever shut.
Oh, sorry, I won't touch the lever.
No, it's all good. It's pointless at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna shut the lever. Get my hammer back. Step up on the pedestal. I'm gonna just listen for a second and see if anything sounds different, if he is rustling somewhere nearby.
Or perception.
So good at perception. So good.
No sound.
He is close. Within 500 feet.
I'll walk in and
we gotta turn
check to see for direction.
You're out of combat. That ended up not being anything.
Okay, so then
There was a chance that was going to be a big thing, but nope.
yeah, I was waiting to see if I'm gonna turn. Do I still sense that presence?
That weird not quite undead? No, because your range is 60 feet.
But from that, would I be able to determine that it was him?
Yes, you would be able to determine that.
I say to Vulcan. Looks like your friends is either joined the ranks of heresy or undead.
He is no friend of mine, and if that is the case, then you have every right to kill him as I do. So let us find him.
Again, it was a weird sense. He wasn't quite undead. He wasn't quite alive. He was some weird Schrodinger mage.
Sorry, that's what I was trying to infer if I worded it wrongly or poorly, which is usually the case.
What's in
That
that
being-
room to the south?
That seems to
Before
be.
that,
Go for it.
you said, or Vulcan said, he's within 500 feet. Can I determine a direction and a more accurate number, perhaps?
No, how would you do that?
Because Vulcan said he's within 500 feet.
Yeah, but how would you
I'm
know which
guessing that's
direction?
He's dimension
Sound? There are 3. Well, if Vulcan can hear him within 500 feet, is my question.
No.
I cannot hear him within 500 feet. I know he is somewhere within 500 feet of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's
He
the
knows the
range
spell.
of dimension.
That is any direction, up, down, north, south, east, west, any direction.
I mean, strictly speaking, he could have gone 500 feet straight up, and he's just on the city streets of Kermaga.
Well, he has to know where he's going, otherwise he risks potential damage.
Wouldn't that be a dick move?
Well, if he didn't know where he was going, he wouldn't teleport at all. That's the other thing.
Biscuit for the biscuit.
So what were you saying about the south?
So in the next room is kind of, I guess at this point, looks like it's kind of like a ankle deep pool of water with some kind of cage in the middle of the room. The bars have been kind of ripped apart as though something just fucking brute strength tried to force its way into the cage.
Does it look like the Calabrizu is here?
Well, you know that demons and devils disintegrate upon death. Oh, that was alliterative. So if he did die, goddamn, so many D's, he wouldn't have left any kind of corpse.
Alright. But I don't see anything in the cage.
Aside from ankle deep water, no. Although the door is closed, which means he didn't smash his way through it.
Alrighty.
You look at the door. What do my Elvis see?
The hallway that you guys had explored earlier. That being said, it is 11:30, and I'm wondering if I should call it because there's only going to be a boss fight at the end of this, and you all know it. And that's going to take a long time.
I'm willing to stop here because I'm super exhausted.
Oh.
I know, but
I'm not usually the one to say, "Hey, let's stop." I'm always the one to say, "No, let's play till 4 in the morning." But
Out of the totally not selfish, I want my DM to be healthy for we can have the game tomorrow. Let's call it.
Yeah, same.
Literally same now. But yeah, I just worked 72 hours this week, so I'm super
Holy
tired.
shit.
Oh, you beat me for one.
Yeah, then I did 60 last week. So my paycheck
No.
looks real nice, but my mental health is suffering.
You know, I would say that you're working as hard as the ones who worked on Red Dead Redemption 2, who worked 100 hours a week.
So the soundtrack to my mind right now sounds like the song that's playing just constantly.
I'm sorry.
So no, you're fine. I want to enjoy it, but like I'm getting super hot, super sweaty, super tired. So I'm good. I'm good calling it here, and then maybe we'll have more people next week, or
You guys managed to sidestep at least 4 traps so far.
Other than the blowing the zombie up right in my face.
Oh yeah, that was the only one you guys managed to actually trigger. The centrifuge is going to be a big deal. I was like, how are they going to fucking solve a problem where there's just an invisible wall of force that you can't fucking get through, and every turn you're going to take crushing damage? Oh, okay, that's how.
I had a solution and I to try. Actually, let me go ahead and roll it privately, see if it would have worked. Gotta beat a 16.
And yeah, your demon friend managed to bust through another 2 traps by himself. So.
But did he die?
He did die. Sorry.
Oh, sad face.
I mean, you can go to the abyss and give him a warm welcome. Alright.
I mean, yeah, but I'd planned on never mind. I retract that statement.
Alrighty.
But yeah, let's stop there.
I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow.